Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. And today I've decided that I'm going to stay in Mondstadt for the rest of this playthrough. Instead of going through all the pain that I've gone through so far, I thought it'd be more fun to kind of just stay here in this beautiful place. Not have to worry about ever being sad or hurt again by this game. Never have to worry about my friends falling off a cliff. It's actually going to be very nice, and I think you guys are going to enjoy the next 100 episodes of me just being here in Mondstadt, just doing nothing.
This is not where you're supposed to be.
Well, anyway, it's time to see exactly what we can do with Mondstadt. There's like a little cat over here.
This is not where you're supposed to be.
I hope we get something fun out of this, because honestly, like, I love being in Mondstadt.
Why do you defy your fate?
I'm not defying my...
You defy your fate.
After Xiao fell, after seeing Child and his brother, Tepe, Kazua's friend, so much pain, so much sadness. If I start here and just sit here in Mondstadt, I could just chill with Amber, with Fischl, with Venti, with Jean, with Diluc, with Kaya, with Klee, with Eula. I get to just hang out with the entire gang here in Mondstadt. No pain, no more sadness.
Playing Genshin has brought you pain. The sadness is undeniable. The fear of more hurt is only more apparent. It is a promise that will be fulfilled.
That's why I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can't go any further. I can't do it.
The sadness may be a promise, but through the tears, a happiness always glistens. Will you deny the good times you have had?
The good times. The good times.
Then suddenly I realized these happy days won't ever last. Out of all the souls we create, in fact, how we met was a miracle. I see you peacefully there in your dreams. Everything seems calm and free. I know if we want this warmth to last forever again, let's go back to that moment of day. As time goes by and we all change, and not just us, the world keeps changing. But little did I know that this was coming, 'cause you were there, always smiling.
Do not let the sadness outweigh the shining light that has been your friends, that have given you so much, from hanging up flyers of your missing sister, or to saving you from certain doom, to helping you defeat a god, to helping you learn how to glide. Your character, Wanda, has made an impact on this world, and his friends have made an impact on him and on you. Somebody has to find your sister and learn the secrets of the Abyss. But most importantly, you can't let Paimon down after she has given you so much.
So once again, let's go back to that day, to where we had
Let's get going. Yeah. Let's get going.
Yes. Yes. On to Sumeru you go.
Sumeru? I'm doing the Ningguang hangout today.
Yes, the beautiful land of what?
Sumeru, I'm going to Sumeru on Sunday. I'm hanging with Lady Ningguang. It's Ningguang time!
Oh, come on! Please do the Archon quest!
Wait. Who are you, by the way?
Someone who wants you to do the Archon quest!
Oh. Well, happy 100 episodes, everyone. Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is the actual 100 episode of my Genshin Impact playthrough. Little did I know that at the start of this year that I would be playing Genshin Impact for 100 episodes. But who's complaining? I'm definitely not complaining. It's very weird having Wander out as a character here. Actually, we're going to be doing Ningguang's Hangout today, which I'm actually very excited to do, and I feel like it's appropriate to do her one at 100 because it's like one of the characters who I think has been very integral to our story, has had a huge impact on our story, and honestly, it's the next one I wanted to do, so. Actually, starting off, I do want to create a party for Sayu. Because we have her pretty much ready, like to go out and do stuff in the world at the very least. So I might create a new team, and what we might see if we can put Sayu on it somewhere. Now we could probably like try and create like another, like the true baby gangsta team. Where is Sayu here? Here she is, level 80. Like she's level 80.
Catch up on my
But we haven't used her like since we really kind of leveled her up, and I kind of want to like create a team. So I'm guessing someone with fire on the team. We could use Toma, but he's very close to being leveled up as well. So I'm thinking that maybe we like just put Benny on the team for now. Now Toma like is a shielder, but I feel like it's probably important to use him in other aspects too, like in another team. So maybe Benny. Maybe 2 fire members would be a good idea. Benny and
I won't
Toma.
hold you back.
This might not work at all.
This time.
You know what I mean? This might not work in any way, shape, or form. And then, like, since, like, I guess we're running around the field with her a lot. Who could we put as another member of the team? Like, maybe Fischl? Because Fischl is, like, on every team. I feel like we don't want to break the streak. So maybe something like this.
In my hands.
For now. Again, like, I've had, like, a few, you know, I've talked to a few people about what I could do with its team with Toma and Sayu, and, like, I think I want to try them like this first, but people have told me straight up that, like, yes, it's probably not the best idea to have Toma on a team with Sayu, just because I feel like they're both very fun to use, like, as, like all the time, I guess. So maybe, like, instead of Toma, could we use, like, we could use Xingqiu, and then put Toma on a
Chivalry
different
will
team.
Never die.
Yeah, we could try them both then. So what we could do is we could do, first of all, let's change the name of the team to, let's see, we just called them like Sayu's, sleep. Sayu sleep. And then, like, if we're creating, we're going to deploy them as well, because that's the team we're going to be using today. But then if we look at Toma, which, by the way, like, it's way more difficult to, like, use a team than I thought, like, to, like, level up characters. And, like, I know people are going to be like, Calvin, well, you know, you've been playing this game for a while. But surely, you know, like, I think it gets harder and harder as it goes on, right? You get less and less materials, you get less and less items, 100%. So I have leveled up, of course, Sayu. I'm in the process of next leveling up Barbara. That's what I want to level up next. I have Toma leveled up, but then like I also want to like save some stuff for once we get to Sumeru, because there's so many characters there we want to level up. Let's try something out here for a second. So these are not the, you know, they're okay to try stuff out against. So this is like what we have to do here. It creates like a swirl ability. It's a really cool move, isn't it? It's actually a really neat move.
That's me.
Yeah. Sayu was our first ever character that we had a random pull on. And she will always mean so much to me. And I know Sarah was also in that selection, but I feel like it like means more to me, like for Sayu, just because she was the first, you know what I mean? She was the first. So maybe this doesn't do as well, I should say. But we have characters that can overload as well. also have a pretty cool weapon. Or she actually does like pretty good physical damage. If anyone remembers from the first part of this playthrough, if anyone remembers at all, like from the first part of these playthroughs, we had Sayu just do this for every single attack. This was everything. And honestly, I don't regret it one bit. I don't regret it one bit. Let's create a new party here for a second as well, because I want to be able to like I want to be able to create as soon as possible, because I also like, you know, like you guys' critiques as well. So Toma as well as like a shielder, right? As a fire shielder. Official.
Behold, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung.
We're gonna have a lot of similar teams here, aren't we? So like official.
May knowledge guide you.
And then I'm thinking that maybe like Jean.
We may leave at any time.
What do you guys think about this? Because I know like people, when I asked a few people about it, they were like, oh yeah, official and Sing Show would be a good idea to have with Toma. But I'm thinking Jean just for heals, because we could have Bennett, but like I guess we could have 2 fire members on team. We could have 2 fire and 2 electric as well if we could level those up. Yeah, I think we go with this, but we obviously want to like change their names a bit. So we could call them like Toma's. Oh, it doesn't have to be Toma. I guess like, okay, what's cool? There's Toma Jean, so it's like an official. This could be like the princess protection squad. Even though she doesn't need any protection, to be honest. But the team we're using today is going to be Sayu Sleep. And I feel like, I know it's like getting a bit sentimental. I think for episode 100, using Sayu is just the best idea. That's my money anyway, is using Sayu. Oh my god, we're going all the way up to the Jade Chamber. I don't know why that quest deactivated. Because you click on it and it deactivates it. So it feels... Okay, this is what I have on Sayu as well in terms of like artifacts. They're not leveled up whatsoever. It's one of those things that's actually like kind of difficult about this, is that like leveling up artifacts is actually one of the difficult things you can do. For Toma, we actually have like this, the middle of that 5 stars. This is the rest of the team. I still have to get better stuff for like some of these characters, of course. But I think we've actually done a good job of leveling up like a lot of these characters. I've leveled up her a bit, but we haven't actually put like, we can actually like, they actually give you options of which to do, but I don't think it's good enough for her yet. Nahida, we're gonna get the artifacts later. This was what they auto put on her. I know what you guys think about this. The Maiden's Beloved, which I think is pretty cool. Let's go talk to Ningguang. It's been a while since we talked to Ningguang. I'm actually kind of excited. Who knows what we'll learn from Lady Ningguang. Our precious girl, of course. Sorry if I was too close to the mic there, guys. I was like getting very involved. She's just, oh, this is one of those times, yeah, she's just right here. Look at her. Sayu walking up to Lady Ningguang as well is very funny.
It looks like all our problems are solved. Welcome to the Jade Chamber.
Such a presence.
Great. I have no idea what we would have done otherwise.
Is there an issue I can solve?
I didn't think we'd really manage to get you here. This was a last-minute situation, and you're the one we trust the most.
What happened?
To put it simply, we are just looking for the right person to help. We had a very long discussion about it, but to no avail. I have tasked my 3 most trusted secretaries with overseeing an important auction tomorrow. This, however, leaves their regular duties unattended to, and the work cannot afford to go undone.
Okay.
The nature of their day-to-day work is highly sensitive and confidential, so whomever I ask to fill in needs to be someone I can trust, and who doesn't have a conflict of interest.
So you thought of me?
Yes. You were
That
the person
feels
who came to
so
mind.
good.
We may not have spent a great deal of time together, but I do place a great deal of
No,
trust
I'll take
in
that.
you.
I'll take that. You kidding
To
me?
me, this work is highly sensitive and of utmost importance, though I'm sure you'll find it to be mundane at best.
I mean,
It
like,
would not surprise me if you can't bear the tedium or can't make the time.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
And yet, despite this, I thought it could do no harm to ask the question, on the off chance that you are interested.
Ningguang, Whatever you need,
As
always.
it happens, I was just having a discussion on backup plans with my secretaries before you arrived.
But the outcome of that discussion was that we couldn't think of a suitable alternative.
This is a good reminder that we should always have a contingency plan for everything.
It's honestly a good idea, and like, I honestly like feel like I should do this more with the channel, because like, you know, I'll be like, if a playthrough doesn't work, or like say if I'm like, oh, I can't even get this game, or I can't do this, like I feel like having a you know, I do a lot more now. I used to not do it, but like, you know, say like I was like, okay, if I'm not gonna play Life is Strange, if something happens where I can't play Life is Strange or something like that, like say like the videos get blocked, okay, we'll play Little Nightmares, you know.
Anyway, this may add to the debt of gratitude I owe you. But the fact is, your arrival here has rescued what was fast becoming a rather dire situation indeed.
Nothing. You do not owe me a thing, Lady Ningguang. Seeing your presence and your lovely hair is all I need.
I wouldn't worry. It's all work you'll be quite familiar with. Planning trips, gathering pertinent information, that sort of thing. All basic skills required by competent adventurers, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
If you have any questions about your work, I will answer them shortly. The administrative work Lady Ningguang touched upon just now is only one aspect. You'll also be required to cater for Lady Ningguang's basic daily needs, such as clothing and meals, and be on call for any other requests she may have.
That's, wow. Honestly, like, that sounds fun.
Don't be mistaken. I won't put you in a difficult position, and I will fully respect your judgment.
No, put me in a difficult position. It's okay.
All right. Please proceed to the office. Bai Shi will go over the work with you in more detail.
Yes, Lady Ningguang. Okay, let's go.
If there's one thing about this game that I've learned is that like I don't really like, for me, I'm so loyal to the characters that have come before me and like that have helped me out or have done something or even that I've met. You know what I mean? I'm like, if I like you, you're mine forever. Look at Slime's little run.
Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture.
Go ahead.
As a member of the Liyue Qixing, Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. Maintaining her perfect image at all times is absolutely essential.
Right.
My usual job is to be her right hand, to maintain her image and take care of all her worries. For example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out clothes for her, dressing her, applying her perfume.
Man, you really love this girl. Your eyes are really sparkling right now.
You misunderstand me. I am simply trying to impress upon you the sheer importance of the work you will be undertaking.
The way she's talking about this character, I can't relate. Like, imagine talking about a person like this in the Genshin world. What do you guys mean, Xiao? Why do you guys keep saying Xiao? Why are you spamming Xiao?
Bai Shi has always been very passionate about her work. I can leave any task in her capable hands and rest assured that her performance will be nothing short of exemplary. I'm sure she was simply trying to share some of her enthusiasm, in the hopes that you may find it infectious.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Again, she can like care whatever she wants to care about.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang.
And like again, Lady Ningguang is like one of those people to me that like she's like she has such a presence about her. You know what I mean? That like it does it's gonna shake your knees. You know?
Back to the topic at hand. Let's get into the details. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that require enormous experience, while I'm mainly responsible for organizing her daily schedule and making sure she is well fed,
Okay.
dressed for any occasion, and that all her needs are met. I can go through the methods I use and give you some pointers based on my experience to ensure that you are fully equipped to perform your duties.
It's just basic daily routine stuff. It'll be fine.
All in a day's work for the traveler, Great. Then I'll skip that and just get to the handover of duties. Currently, there are 133 items that have yet to be scheduled, 17 of which are high importance, and...
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yes,
That's a lot.
I did try to make a start in advance, but only got as far as roughly prioritizing the tasks before I ran out of time. I'll go through the most important items with you in more detail. If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to stop me with questions at any point.
Sure.
First is the periodic meeting with the representatives of the 8 trades. After that, fielding opinions on revisions to the current tax legislation. Then a discussion with Lady Kuching on issues relating to time restrictions on land conveyance deals. Following that, there's a Q&A session with all the major commerce guilds.
Okay.
Right after that, there's...
Hold up. Do I really need to understand anyone's working all this detail just to organize their schedule? Honestly, like, Vaishi, I don't think it was that detailed. But, like, I get it. I get it. It's a lot when you start off, right? Like, it's a lot when you just walk into a place and people are, like, shoving all this work in your face.
Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling may sound like a simple process of matching tasks to time slots, but there is actually far more to it than that. You need to take travel time into account, along with a whole spectrum of potential issues that can arise. Ample knowledge of all outside factors that may weigh upon your Plan A is essential to devise a workable contingency plan. I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point?
Let's see. She's not going to keep going like this, is she? No, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'll say I think I'm good for now. We can obviously change our answers next time for other options. Like, my take on this is that she's being very, very attentive, which is good. You know, but it is difficult, of course. Like, if I'm someone like Wander who's coming in here and, like, has to see all this stuff right away.
Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave enough time for you to prepare Lady Ningguang's schedule.
No need.
Already? Wow, you're a fast learner. Very good. This will be much more efficient.
Wonderful. Then I'll be counting on you to provide my schedule for tomorrow.
I'll do my best.
I'm grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here in peace to proceed with your work. I still have a few items from today's schedules that need addressing. If anything else is unclear, you can ask Bai Shi.
Take care, Lady Ningguang.
Bai Shi. Sorry for getting your name wrong. I'm so, like, again, there's so many names sometimes, especially with the side characters, that, like, I do mess up, and I do apologize, Bai Shi. Alright, time to make a serious effort. Yeah, we'll make a serious effort first time around at the very least. So, okay, rigorous schedule. Eat, wash up, change, get ready to go out. Meet businesswoman Lu Xiao at Liu Pavilion, eat lunch. Meet 3 informants and exchange information. Go to UA Pavilion for a conference. Light meal, negotiate any outstanding matters from the conference and return to the Jade Chamber. Specific times for first 3 items are flexible and progress dependent. The conference in item 4 should be scheduled for the evening. Arriving early is recommended.
Good. You factored in both priority and efficiency, and produced a rigorous and well-structured schedule. You've clearly considered it from every angle.
One of the things, like, I remember when I was like a teenager and I used to see, like, oh, they schedule the president's meals. And I used to be like, man, like get your own dinner. Go to the press and get your own dinner. Get a packet, get some food out of the press yourself. And, like, it's only then when you realize the reason why they have so much time on their hands to, like, debate stuff and, like, do policy stuff like that is because people are preparing their meals for them. You know what I mean? And people are scheduling their meals. It's time for dinner, you know? Hey, Mr. President, you know what I mean? It's like, because, like, especially when you go into, like, the workforce, like, you guys know how hard it is, like, if you're working a lot. And you got, a lot of people know from watching this, because I've heard a lot of people be like, oh, I watch this after work or whatever. How hard it is to, like, maintain, like a healthy lifestyle while also working your hours. It's really difficult, and it can get really hard, you know?
Excellent work. You've got quite a knack for this.
Too kind.
Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning before Lady Ningguang wakes up, and start preparing based on the schedule. With you helping out here, we will be able to focus fully on the auction. It will be quite a complicated affair.
I hope everything goes well tomorrow.
I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
So that was actually really, really neat. Like, this idea of just, again, I know, like, a lot of people aren't, like, into, like some people aren't into, like, I guess, political aspects of the game, but, like, for me, I definitely like the kind of, like, organizational stuff of it and kind of, like, the side stuff like that. Is this what we have to wait to? I think so. Well, give or take, there's gonna be 4 minutes. We have to awakening one up. I think she should lie in, Sayu. Yeah, she should lie in.
Make my ski.
Meet my ski.
Yes, I'm already awake.
Oh, we have to knock on our door?
I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
Okay.
Good morning. Did you sleep well?
Same as usual.
That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable.
It's very weird, isn't it? Like, we stopped a god together, you know? And now here we are once again. You know, just now we're just like, I'm organizing your stuff.
Now then, the schedule. Let's see what you have for me today.
How about, this is the start of the movie. How about we get rid of the schedule and let's just go on a trip?
Item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with Miss Hua Chiao. Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. I need to make sure I'm well prepared for this.
Is she a friend of yours?
No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will be our first time meeting each other. She's paying a high price for my time, and I intend to make sure she gets her money's worth.
We remembered that like people literally would kill each other in the streets to pick up a piece of paper that had like a tiny bit of information from Ningguang, you know?
Otherwise, tens of millions of mora is rather a high price for a lunch. Even one at Lioli Pavilion. Wouldn't you say?
You know what? She's like the modern day like streamer, right? Or the olden day streamer, I guess. Like, you know? I paid, you know, like that YouTube video. I paid 10 million mora to hang out with Lady Ningguang.
That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay for a lunch opportunity with me.
Isn't it crazy? I'm not that shocked because again, I know that when all the information fell from the sky from Ningguang's palace, like people were literally like falling over themselves trying to get a scrap of paper.
To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. I too was rather surprised to see it become so expensive. Time is very valuable to me, so when I first came up with the idea, I made a rule that my time would go to the highest bidder. Gradually, it developed into a lucrative business.
It's like an investment.
Yes, that sums it up very well. Most people looking to buy my time are business people who believe that whatever they spend now, they will make back several times over in due course. Naturally, for anyone looking to make a profit in a complex market, the bottom line is having the requisite experience and expertise. All I can do for them is share whatever insight I may have.
Fair enough.
As for how much my insight is worth in terms of mora, everyone has their own idea. There is no standardized way to measure something like this.
So this is how rich people think.
You're a very lucky person, you know. You get to sit in on this lunch for free.
What's so funny, Ningguang, is like I genuinely believe that, you know, you respect us enough that I could let you get a lunch for free anytime. Just like, you know, like, and maybe not for free because her time is so valuable, but she is someone who would listen to, like, we learned that she will listen to us, you know what I mean, as a friend and as an equal, for sure. And that's what I appreciate.
In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of mora.
Then I'll listen and learn.
There's no need to be nervous, of course. Now, let's have some breakfast before we leave.
Her outfit's so cool as well. Like, it's a legit just like a sick outfit. We're literally gonna have breakfast with like Ningguang? That's like the plan? Oh, it's like...
Did you organize this entire breakfast?
I just picked the time slot.
I know what's going on then. Please, sit. Have a taste of the Jade Chamber's chef's cooking. This kind of food tastes far less satisfying if left out for too long.
Thank you. Also, 10 million more to like just get some insight on your business? That must
What
mean
do
that
you
you're
think?
making a lot more money in your business than you intend
Is the food to
to.
your liking?
Ain't much more than I intended to, right? Isn't it, like I'm like if you're making tens of millions or more, you're expecting to make at least 100 million off that investment of sitting with Lady Ningguang, right? Like that's what you're intending to do. If not, like just keep the 10 million, you know?
Don't forget we have a lunch later. Save some space, or you might miss out on some even better food.
Wow.
Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my culinary tastes.
Do you usually eat breakfast with your secretaries?
On occasion. Usually everyone is too busy for a leisurely sit-down meal. There is an awful lot to get done most of the time. Breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself.
I mean, I'm not a terrible chef. I don't know if my cooking is really to your taste. We'll say that. We're
Relax,
very much
I'm
in the
just
wild,
joking.
get the most of what you can
I sure
cooking.
probably made arrangements yesterday to add a few extra dishes to the breakfast menu. You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked diligently. My secretaries and I are very grateful to you. Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation.
Not bad at all.
Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. You can't compromise
Oh
on
my
it.
god. So agree so much. And it's one of the hardest meals to plan for and to like decide what you're going to eat on, especially if you're late. Man, it's like it literally is like when people are like, man, like by 11 o'clock, they're like, man, I'm already drained. It's like, yeah, like, and it's hard because like, you know, like why you're drained is because you didn't have a good breakfast. And everybody out there, if you can eat something for breakfast, please do.
If you wake up to the same monotonous meal each day, you will start to feel fatigued even before you start
Now,
working.
not everyone has the luxury of doing this. Sometimes, you know, a bit of breakfast sausage and some, you know, blood pudding and eggs is good.
Well, I'm done eating. We should get ready, then head off to Liali Pavilion. I have some preparations to make first. Could you bring my clothes to my room, please?
You need to change your clothes?
I need a change of mood, and a change of clothes will facilitate that.
Like, yeah.
Who knows? Perhaps you will have a completely different impression of me after I change outfits.
Possibly.
I already
Possibly.
instructed Longyang to have my outfit ready. You can fetch it from her.
Understood.
Thank you. I'll be in my room.
See, what's kind of crazy about this as well, though, is that, like, if I was Ningguang, I would be feeling kind of awkward, but I think it's because this is desperately needed, right, to keep the leeway functioning, I guess. Me, my ski.
Hello, how may I help?
I'm here to fetch a change of clothes from Ningguang.
Ah, yes, of course. Please wait a moment. I'll go and get them. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang.
That seemed to take you a while.
Yes, this whole room is full of Lady Ningguang's personal items. Not just clothes either. There are all kinds of jewelry and ornaments. Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room recently. We're currently right in the middle of that, so everything's in a bit of a mess. That's why it took me a little time to find this for you.
I suppose it's a problem unique to rich people.
Anyway, you can take it now. Thanks for coming to pick it up.
No problem. Me, my ski.
Did you get it?
Yes. Is this the other outfit that she has? Remember the outfit that they had in the selection, I wonder?
This is the one. Please.
You
wait
can buy
for
it
a
in the shop.
moment.
Let's see how it looks in full form. Yeah, this is the outfit, I think. Man, it's so nice. What is it like to be to look nice in every color? The back? I never noticed the back. What's it like?
I had this specially
What's it
tailored
like?
recently, and I must say, I'm really rather fond
It does,
of it.
but she's so right? Like all of a sudden changing from like the kind of yellowish reddish aspect, like it has changed everything completely.
What do you think?
It's
Be honest. I just want to know your first impression.
it's all of these things.
Phew. Thank you. I was actually a little nervous.
See, we forget as well, she's not like Yaimiko, who Yaimiko like is not nervous. And Yaimiko's asking us how is her dress, she wants us to be nervous ourselves. When Ningguang's asking us, she's actually a very like, you know, on the surface, straightforward person. At least when it comes to our conversations with her now.
Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more self-confident.
For real? You look great in anything.
Oh, then it's mere flattery. You pick your moments to wisecrack, don't you?
What?
Now I don't know whether to take what you said earlier seriously.
It's not my fault that like you look good in this dress and in the other dress and probably would look good in another outfit. Is that my fault?
I never knew you had such a mischievous side.
Guys, I was being serious here.
All right, let's head to Liali Pavilion.
But I do understand from the perspective of like Lady Ningguang, right? Or from any like person. You know, when you go, oh my god, like your outfit's lovely, and they go, thank you, you really think so? And you go, you look good in everything though. Then it's like, oh, it's like, okay, so you're just kind of like being very nice about everything. So I can totally get that, I guess. But this time I was being like serious. I was like, okay, like I don't think there is probably an outfit that like you could look bad in. You could like, I'm pretty sure Lady Ningguang could wear like, you know, and he's probably like a trash bag, and people are like, wow, high fashion. Wow, what a lovely outfit. Sayo always looked weird to me flying. It looks like she doesn't want to be up there. New main character just dropped. Yeah, but I totally get where she's coming from. It can totally come across as that if you say that to someone, you know. Especially when people like sometimes are looking for specific praise about a specific thing, you know. Like it's like, oh, your artwork always looks good. And it's like, oh, like, I just wanted to know what you thought about this one, though, you know. We always sometimes have problems with phrasing, don't we? Me, my ski. I killed the spy. He's dead.
Lady Ningguang.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different things to do each day. I'm very grateful for any amount of time you can spare for me.
Great. Well, let's leave the formalities aside from now on and make this just a friendly chat. This is the Traveler. I'm assuming you've heard of him. He happened to be in Liyue Harbor today, so I invited him to come along. It's a rare opportunity to dine with him, too. Do you mind if he sits with us?
That's actually a very nice way of putting it as well, because again, like we've become famous as well. And for her to like acknowledge that like in her position is really cool.
Oh, not at all. On the contrary, I'm honored. What a surprise to be dining with the illustrious Traveler, too.
15 million more now. Thank you.
I've always been fascinated by you and your adventures. There's so many questions I'd love to ask you.
Questions? That's 17 million more. What a surprise.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself. Look at me, getting all overexcited.
You want to introduce yourself? What a coincidence. That's 18 million.
I'm Luo Qiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly in the textile business, but recently I've been considering branching out into some other markets.
Okay. That's 19 million.
That's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice about. I didn't know there'd be a surprise guest involved, too.
The surprise is the bill.
So, the rumors are true then?
Rumors? About what exactly?
That dress is insane. It's insane.
You know, the rumors about the two of you, Lady Ningguang and the Traveler, having a closer than average
For real?
relationship.
For real?
You haven't heard?
Are these rumors widespread?
Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. That obviously includes her relationships.
I haven't talked to Lady Ningguang in a canon, like 30 days. In an in-game, probably 205 days.
And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue Harbor?
I need to be very careful how I answer this.
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't see anything unusual about it.
Like, I'm sorry, like, that dress is so cool.
The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed toward the prosperity we enjoy today.
That actually made me feel very good.
Even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue Qixing, I admire him on a personal level too.
I have such an admiration for you, too.
Oh, Yes. Oh, there is nothing unusual about it at all. I was just observing that Lady Ningguang now seems to have a second interesting character in her innermost circle. The first one being the captain.
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache. I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. In fact, the timing is always so suspiciously coincidental, I can't help but wonder if she's doing it on purpose.
Investment opportunities? Oh, do you mean the luminescent spine business? I hear that's been all the rage recently.
No, something else. All the talk about luminescent spines is just empty hype.
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs lots of luminescent spines to make it work?
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have kept it as quiet as possible. You have to wonder, if the news is spreading like wildfire, who's fanning the flames? I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent spines far exceeds the profits that could be made on the end product. So I would advise you to be cautious.
I see. Well, I was planning to get your opinion on how to get started.
Well, now
in
you
that
got an opinion.
business.
Be cautious.
In my opinion, there are many people around with ulterior motives, making this a very risky business to enter into in the short term.
I was going to say that too.
Long term, it's very difficult to say, but I believe there's too much uncertainty to make it worth your investment. You worked hard to earn every mora you own, and you should be just as careful spending it as you were making it.
Hit the nail on the head.
You think so too? Huh?
Excuse me. At least do your research. At least do your research before you part with any money. I think that's a fair bit of advice.
Okay, got it. If that's what both of you think, I'll take my time and not rush into anything. Maybe it'd be a better choice to invest this money into an industry that I'm genuinely interested in getting involved with.
Okay, I was thinking if that's the only if the lunch ended there
Lady
and it was 10 million.
Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I didn't know how much.
There we
we'd
go. Yeah,
get
yeah,
through,
yeah. I was
but
thinking there for a second.
You've answered every question I wanted to ask.
So, you can now look at all the text that was said before. That's so cool. They made that for me. I asked them.
Good. I'm glad I could be of some help.
Now I see why you were able to become the most successful business person in Liyue Harbor. You think clearly, you are very knowledgeable, and you keep yourself well informed. It would take me a very long time to come anywhere close to your level.
This is why so many people want to spend time with Ningguang?
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored?
No, I'm finding it all very interesting, Ningguang. I do love that our relationship with Ningguang, when we were asked, like, when she was asked, like, oh, are we in a special relationship with each other? You know, basically asking if we two are, you know, getting together. You know what I mean? And I love that, like, we are so comfortable around each other now that instead of having this thing where it's like like what do you mean? Face going red, face being flushed with with blush. It was more just like a thing of like, yeah, I treasure him. You know? Of course I do. And it's like, and he treasures me. It's like, it's actually a really good way of putting it.
Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you?
I'm a novice, but I was able to follow because you explained everything so clearly.
That means you also have a good head on your shoulders and the ability to learn rapidly.
I learn as rapidly as you won't.
If you are in need of mora, you should absolutely consider doing business.
Oh my god, that would be killer. If they implemented something in this game where you could like set up a business and like it makes money or like loses money and you have to like invest in them that'd be so cool.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more. I can't wait to try out everything I've learned.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon.
Okay.
Right then. Lunch is over. I assume you have something planned next? Although...
This is like can I just say, like, I know I've appreciated Ningguang's design, but like in terms of just like designs that are like stunning and like striking is probably the best word for it. Like Like, I feel like it's definitely in like the top 5 of the most striking designs. I think I'm more just like the hair is like so perfect. like the hair with the like little tassel in the middle is like a perfect design, you know? I don't know. Like, I feel like it's like one of those things where like when you see it, it's like, it's kind of like, it melts with the screen almost, if that makes sense. Like it's supposed to be there.
I'm a little concerned about the auction. I wonder how my secretarial trio is getting along.
I fired them. Don't worry about them. They're very capable. They are.
Yes, you're right. Whatever happens, they can handle it. In that case, what's next on the schedule?
Meeting with informants.
Ah, okay then. Yes, it's been some time since I last caught up with them. Let's go to Mingxing Jewelry first. I need to pick up something before meeting them.
Yeah, like it's interesting because again, we've heard about this like in Lady Ningguang's like and how important she is. But I think it's a really cool thing to like show us directly like how much people will pay for this, like what type of discussion she has. Again, showing us like the business side of I'm trying to jump in here, but I can't. Of Leeway.
Hello. I'm here to collect the item I handed in for repair.
If you know what's good for you, it'll be repaired twice over.
Ah, Lady Ningguang. One moment, please. I'll fetch it immediately.
Very good. Don't rush now. Please, handle it with care.
You better be with the utmost care, or else this shop might not see sunrise. Is it something very valuable?
Yes, and no.
Okay.
You probably imagine that Mingxing Jewelry deals exclusively in expensive luxury goods.
We know it's not exclusively
The
luxury
workers
goods.
here are very skilled, so I like to come to them when I need something custom made. This time, though, I just had them do a simple repair. The item is quite ordinary. In fact, the cost of the repair was more than the item was ever worth.
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been fixed. Please inspect it and see whether you're satisfied with our work. We did everything we could to restore it to its original condition. You'll still see a few marks on there, though. This was unavoidable because of how badly damaged the item was.
Oh, so okay, some marks still left on it. Wow, wouldn't it be a shame if there's some marks left on your business? Is this, Ningguang, is this what we're doing here? No? Okay, sorry about that.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Thank you for your hard work.
You're right about it being a little ordinary.
Yes, though it is something very precious.
This lady
to
keeps
one of
walking
my
behind you,
informants.
Ningguang. I'm just saying.
It reminds her of her mother. My informants often provide me with extremely important information. It's only fair that I endeavor to meet any requests they have in return.
That's super, super sweet. That's a super, super sweet thing we learned here today. Wow.
Trust is of far greater importance than profit in the relationship between me and my informants.
Yes, and that's why she appreciates us so much, because she knows she can trust us. I thought you said Intel only bought more.
It's understandable to think that way. And in the vast majority of cases, you'd be completely right. But things are a little different with these particular informants. Mora doesn't get you very far with this crowd.
Ningguang, look at this spy! Fatui member!
And this only makes me all the more excited to meet with them. Thank you for the repair, Xingqi. This is a great help.
Thank you, Xingxi. You survived the night.
Oh, don't mention it. It's always a pleasure, Lady Ningguang.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, isn't it? Yeah.
Let's go and meet them.
Hey, listen here, right? Lady Ningguang's very nice. She's a sweet old gal. You know, we all love her. But I'll say something that she's not capable of saying, if you catch my drift. The next time there's marks on this repair, when we get a repair back, I'm just saying that the jewelry store might just become the blown up store. You're lucky Sayo needed to do some stretches, because we were going to cause her out. Why are you spying?
Join the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, join the Adventurers Guild?
Blast. The key here
Yeah.
is consumer psychology.
Get Sayud. Why isn't the middle helping? Do you know who I am? The middle that won't stop nothing. Get Sayu. Okay. Yeah, no, it's really cool that, like, again, what this game does, better than most games, I've said it a million times over, is that their explanation as to why things are of a certain way, like, always makes sense even without them needing to do so. Like, Ningguang, it has not only, like, people that, like, value her in a monetary way, where they pay money to get her information, but also she has people who have, like, this undying loyalty to her. And this whole thing with the comb just proves why.
Make my escape. Auntie Ningguang!
Auntie Ningguang?
Hi, Auntie Ningguang!
Auntie Ningguang, it's so weird.
Hello, my dears. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
The informants are children. I mean, we've learned there are informants who are children around the place too.
Yes, indeed.
Unofficial ones,
and
at
they are
least.
some of my most reliable helpers and friends.
Makes perfect sense.
I didn't want to involve them in intelligence gathering for me at first, but they, on the other hand, were so enthusiastic about the idea that I thought it couldn't hurt to try. I treated it as a little game between us.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. They are able to go places that a lot of adults wouldn't be able to go. And a lot of people say stuff in front of children. I said it before, they said it in front of children because they think that that's just like, okay, right? It's like, okay, this kid won't hear anything. Because some people like are very, very silly like that, but they don't realize that kids are like the most observant creatures on the planet.
It turned out that they delivered the goods and thoroughly enjoyed themselves while they were at it. So, it was a win-win. So, fill me in. How have you all been doing?
Great! Mom and Dad have taken me on loads of cool trips recently. It's been loads of fun. But you didn't do your homework, did you? Yeah, but it's not my fault.
You didn't do your homework, Ningguang. Watch the punishment.
You still gotta try. Like teacher says, Liyue Harbor is
Wow.
in a new age now, and we've got a really important
So
part to play.
they've changed the way they're teaching the kids as well ever since like Liyue Harbor became more independent. It's like you need to like work for yourself. You need to like make sure you don't have the same protections you used to have.
This new age started after
Yeah.
that great battle, you know.
Yeah, no, at the time we didn't think it would have such a profound impact.
Well, this is a dramatic change, unique in all of the millennia of Liyue's history. Everyone is eager to do their part and make their mark in the age of humanity. What about you, Nan Nan? You haven't said anything yet, and you're looking a little unhappy.
I'm fine. Just... Oh yeah, I just remembered. A load of really big boats came into the harbor the day before yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. All the merchants were there, and it was really noisy. And then the people on the boat started unloading all these crates. There was a salty kind of fishy smell in the air. Ugh.
Oh, I see. That'll be the fishing boats coming back from the open ocean. How much cargo were they carrying? Remember, I taught you how you can tell.
Oh my god, look at
Yeah,
this.
I made sure to look at the waterline, just like you said. They looked really full this time.
My goodness. Well, it sounds like they made quite a big catch.
How can you tell?
The heavier the boat, the lower the hull sits in the water. So you can tell how heavily
She's
loaded
so
a
smart.
vessel is from the height of
She's
the
so
water.
smart.
How deep a fully loaded vessel will sit in the water varies from ship to ship. But it's something you can tell from experience, at least for the kinds of vessels you see regularly.
Since Auntie Ningguang taught me how to do it, I can tell with just one look.
It's very clever of you. Very clever.
A few days ago, I heard some people saying that a big merchant from Fontaine is coming soon to buy luminescent spines.
Oh, we know that this business is kind of shaky, right?
They said that when they get here, the price will go up a lot.
Oh, really?
The opposite of what Ningguang's analysis found out.
Who did you hear this from? Do you remember what they looked like?
No, I don't remember.
All right, never mind. So, how about what they said? Do you remember their exact words?
either. Sorry.
Are you okay? You're usually the one that talks the most. What's gotten into you today?
So she is. So something did spook her.
It's okay. Don't be upset. Actually, I brought you a little something to cheer you up. How about that, hmm?
It's really pretty, isn't it?
It's my comb. You remembered.
Of course I did. If I make you a promise, I will always keep it.
And this is kind of like a way of like, you know, talking about like how she does business as well. You know, it's like you have to keep your promises. You have to keep like, you know, if you say something, you have to follow through with it.
Thank you, Auntie Ningguang. Thank you so much.
It was just a small favor, really. Nothing to get overexcited
To this kid, though,
about.
she's going to remember forever, Ningguang.
But they said you'd be too busy to remember about a boring old comb.
Which one of you said that?
They.
Uh-oh.
Looks like there's a story here.
It's all right. Don't worry. There just seems to be some kind of misunderstanding here. Why don't you take this opportunity to clear it up? Don't you think that'd be best?
Was it the lady at the jewelry store? We already handled her.
Yeah, Auntie Ningguang's not gonna blame you.
I'm sorry.
They have such an appreciation for her.
I told you a lie.
Don't worry, like, nothing is gonna happen to you. Legit, nothing is gonna happen to you. Do not worry.
That thing about the luminescent spines wasn't something I heard. Two people came and told me to say it to you. I told them I didn't want to lie to Auntie Ningguang, but, they told me you'd forgotten all about the comb, and I didn't know how to argue with them.
Man, like, again, it seems like, again, you could argue that Ningguang is also taking advantage of, like, the kindness of these kids, but I feel like it's a way healthier relationship than, like, what the other side is doing
Then they
here.
bought me a new comb, and I...
So someone knows about her intelligence agency as well.
Sorry, I'll give them the comb back right away. No comb is better
Girl,
than the
you
one
know, do not
helped
worry.
get
Do not
fixed
worry. You're
for
not
me.
in the position here where you're in the wrong.
I know how much it means to you. It was a gift from your mom before she left Liyue Harbor, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I'll be extra careful with it from now on. When Mom gets back, she'll be so sad if
I
she
think
finds
she'd be
out
more
I'm
happy that you were
okay.
able to get it repaired. Like, that means so much more. The fact that you cared about something enough to get it repaired?
I must say, this is most intriguing.
Looks like someone's trying to scam you.
How about this? You tell me where those two people are, and I'll take the comb back to them for you. Sound good?
Okay. They're over at the docks. They said I should go and meet them when I finished the mission.
Jesus.
All right then. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna go punish the bad guys?
Oh my god.
Now, this is a grown-up situation, okay? It's not fun and games anymore.
There we
and
go.
Don't try and follow
And
me.
Ningguang's also very good at this as well. She's very good at being sweet, but as time has told before, she's very good at laying down the law.
I'm just going to have a polite discussion
my
with
God,
those
sure,
two
teeth.
grown-ups about what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do.
This is like I'm just gonna talk to him. I'm just gonna talk to him, okay? Anyone ever heard that from like a relative who's like the toughest relative, like, you know?
Make my escape.
Don't make me ski. I'm just gonna talk to him, okay? Look, we're just have a conversation, okay? We're just gonna have a conversation. Dougal, you're an intelligence. Why are you taller than me, huh? Why are you taller? Get side. No, we can't. Dougal's good. He's a good kid. Keep an eye on Dougal, Millet, okay? Keep an eye. Crime of being taller than me. Oh yeah, we can do this as well.
Do you think that kid's gonna fluff her lines? Also, let's be honest, this is a new low for us.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I know. But we didn't have any other options. Just try not to overthink it, okay? Nanan's one of Ningguang's most trusted
So they know all
informants.
about the informant stuff.
Ningguang adores that kid. She's not gonna get all suspicious just because her story doesn't quite add up.
It's literally Ningguang's job to know everything about this harbor.
It sounds like you underestimated me. And the children as well.
Lady Ningguang?
You knew how important that comb was to Nan Nan, and you exploited that fact to emotionally manipulate her. You coached a child to lie, made her betray her own innocence, and confused her conscience. Do you not realize how contemptible that is?
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. We never should have crossed you like this.
That's not the point. Business is business. And at some point, we're all trying to get the better of one another. So if all you've done is fool me by feeding me false information, I'd make a loss, and that would be the end of it.
But she's not happy about this.
But you cannot put Mora above all else. You cannot go exploiting children for profit. Do you have any idea just how much damage that will cause?
So, first of all, her scary voice is actually very scary. Second of all, I think what the angle she's coming from here is like, yeah, these kids are informing me of a lot of information, but it's for the greater good of Liyue Harbor. I understand everything that's going on. I'm not using it to like get one up on anyone in business. I'm making sure everything's fair here in Liyue. What they did was like they fed this kid false information, manipulated her into saying that, hey, Ningguang doesn't actually like you. She's not going to repair your comb. She lied to you as a way to kind of like feed her false information.
It was hardly our first choice either. We were only acting out of necessity.
No, you don't know what the word necessity means.
We've been business partners for years now. We've gotten by, I guess, but never had any opportunities to expand.
This is the thing, right? I understand that like being a bit in business is tough, but you're not entitled to be like profitable all the freaking time, right? It's not this thing where, and again, it's difficult. It's difficult. But the fact that you got to this point instead of like looking for other avenues, I'm sure there would have been other avenues, right? There must have been. I don't know, like I don't want to ever like judge someone because it is freaking hard. It's freaking difficult. Especially when it comes to money. But I feel like, this idea of like, but then he's not even talking, he's saying we've gotten by. He's saying we were fine. It's just we wanted to expand. I think that's like one of the dangers of Liyue Harbor, where it's like you see other people expanding their business and like everyone's doing business deals that eventually like, you feel like you have to too.
When we heard about the movement in the luminescent spine market, we thought to heck with it. Let's go all in on this one. See if we don't get lucky for once.
So I misinterpreted what that was said. At first I was like, oh, they were losing their business. No, they were fine. But it's just that they wanted more money, which I guess I understand to want to expand your business. But in this case, like it wasn't you don't know what the word necessity means.
So we stocked up a huge stash of luminescent spines and watched as the price went up and up. We thought this was gonna be it. We were gonna make our fortune.
But we waited and waited, and this mystery merchant from Fontaine never came. More and more people started to suspect it was all a huge scam. Suddenly, everyone with luminescent spines was running for the exit, selling as fast as they could, but we had so much inventory that no one was willing to buy it.
Oh yeah. As soon as Lady Ningguang makes a move, everyone follows her lead, and the price takes a steep hike. If we don't sell the goods, we're both bankrupt. We're in debt to our eyeballs. We just didn't have any other choices.
Man, are you in debt? Am I getting this right? They're in debt because they bought all these luminescent stones? That's, to me, that you made a choice that led to you having no other choices. Unless I'm interpreting it wrong.
To be brutally honest, we took out a loan and made a speculative investment is not a sob story.
Thank you. Oh my god, here's the thing, I feel for you. But it'd be different if you took out a loan to freaking feed yourself. At that point, I'm like so sad. I'm like, man, that's horrible. Because, people know what that feels like. It's a very common thing that is a terrible thing. To even make ends meet, some people have to do this stuff. You took out a loan so you could just make more money. This wasn't a situation where you were starving.
But not everyone has the capability to make rational decisions. Greed, a lust for wealth, and impatience can all cloud your judgment. Do you now realize how dire the consequences of wild speculation can be?
100%. We've both barely slept in days.
Yeah.
We begged people to take our stock off our hands. They laughed at us, called us idiots, thought it was all hilarious.
We messed up. Completely and catastrophically messed up. The savings we worked so hard our whole lives to build up, decimated, just like that. All we want now is a chance to start
Stop
over.
clapping.
Well, I can take your luminescent spines off your hands, but we will need a detailed contract.
And even now, she's still helping them. She's even helping them.
The portion of what I pay that exceeds the average price of luminescent spines in the past, you will have to pay back to me by some means in our future business dealings.
This is more fair than you deserve.
Huh? But that means our profit is 0.
Yeah, but you'll still break even.
Then you're free to find another willing buyer.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're seriously still insisting on turning a profit under these circumstances, I'm afraid you're beyond
This is why I don't feel
redemption.
sorry. It's about profit. It's not about because anyone who is actually hurting from this type of thing, if you came up to anyone who is any common person, because it is a serious thing, who was in debt to their eyeballs, and you told them, I'll literally just make sure you're no longer in debt. You will break even. They would cry.
Lady Ningguang is right. Let's swap the goods for
Exactly.
cash and use it to pay off
They
our
would-
debts.
people
and
would
be
cry.
done with it. This is a lifeline, and we should be grateful for it. Forget about
Exactly.
making money.
Yes, you're right.
I have no particular need for luminescent spines, but I'm quite sure I can uncover a market for it with a little research.
Okay, so, shall we get this deal done now, or...
No need to hurry. Our deal is hardly the urgent matter here. Atoning for your transgressions is the main order of business. You took advantage of a child, and you are coming with me to make a full and unreserved apology. This is an opportunity for you to show remorse.
I agree.
Oh, okay.
Come on, let's go back and see the children.
Yep, I think this is a better outcome than they deserve. Because at first I was like, oh man, they're losing their business. But then I read it again, I was like, no, they took out a loan, made a bad investment in something that was speculative, and then used a child then to try and bump up the prices.
We're back. Everything's all sorted.
Huh? Oh, it's those two.
I'm sorry, Nan Nan. I was lying to you when I told you that Lady Ningguang wouldn't fix your comb.
I hope you actually are apologetic.
I was completely in the wrong, and I promise I'll never do anything like this again. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me?
What do you think, Auntie Ningguang?
I think it should
Still
be
asking her
your
for advice.
choice, and yours alone.
No matter what your decision is, we support you.
Well, since it's all sorted out now and nothing super bad happened, I guess it's okay.
You guys are more mature than I.
Can't just let them off. We gotta show them you don't mess with us.
Okay. I mean, there's like a discussion to be had there as well. I think there's if you have a little discussion amongst yourselves, you could have that discussion.
That's true. I'd certainly hate to see anyone else try to con you.
I've made up my mind.
Okay. Execution.
I want them to come play with us.
Ningguang, just don't let this girl be your your private counsel. Okay. It's very sweet, Nanan.
What?
Yeah! Now we have someone to play hide and seek with.
They're very sweet. They're very sweet.
Great idea. Let's go play hide and seek at the North Wharf.
Honestly, for people that think that we're entitled to the money they're about to make, At least one of them did for a while there. I do think that like being forced to play hide and seek with the kids in the harbor is a funny punishment.
Wait a second.
You know what I mean?
Nope. No waiting.
This is your punishment.
Come on.
I'm just joking about Nana, by the way. It's actually a very funny answer. Play hide and seek with us.
So full of energy.
We should go with them. We're playing hide and seek too?
Yes, of course.
What?
I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them alone with
True.
those two
Very
buffoons.
true. Wait, so we're actually just gonna play hide and seek with them? This is so sweet. I freaking like, yeah, it's a very sweet outcome, right? And I think what like they're trying to show here is that the kids are learning from Ningguang to the point that they also understand, hey, if there's no hurt and no loss, and in the end, nobody's actually hurt anymore, then it's okay for us to, like, just kind of forget about it. I think that's fair. You know? That's fine.
Let me guess what you're thinking. You're thinking that there's not a huge difference between me turning these children into my informants and the actions of those two businessmen. Am I right?
This is my answer. It's not as bad.
They were completely different when I first met them. They'd run away as soon as they saw me, or they'd be shaking with nerves and unable to speak.
We were
But
nervous.
gradually, they stopped seeing me as someone to be afraid of, and started seeing me as someone they can trust. For my part, I did my utmost to fulfill the duties of a responsible adult. I played games with them, but I also taught them observation skills, analytical skills, how to think critically. I never taught business, though. Now, they're much further ahead in their studies and far more mature than their peers. This has given them confidence in themselves.
Here's the way I see it. Like I said, it's not as bad. Of course, it is still like we said, it is still like kind of influencing kids. I don't know, stuff I guess. But the I think what this is, though, is like in this place and the way Liyue Harbor works when it comes to business, those kids are going to be so ahead of everyone else when they get older. They're going to be making so much money.
I think that this is beneficial to them. Yes, perhaps I am. I never had the chance to receive a good education as a child. That's why I hope to teach these children myself. Hopefully, I can pass on some of what I've learned. Someday they may realize that not everything is a win-win deal, that deception and one-upmanship are facts of life. But there's nothing wrong with that. When that happens, they will be ready to face the world head-on and become exceptional businessmen and women. But until then, I am here to protect them.
And I think it's fair. Liyue's not the safe. Like again, with so many, we've learned throughout the time in our time in Liyue, business is not only business that's shady. It's the arts that are shady. There's a lot of shady aspects to Liyue. Just to have someone looking over them is not a terrible thing.
I will one day die. New Qixing will replace the old, and Liyue will continue to prosper. I hope the name Ningguang will live on, but not as a person, as more of a symbol. If I can pass on everything I have learned, I can create a legacy that will live on long after I am gone.
Come on, Auntie Ningguang! Hurry up!
We're not gonna wait forever.
Coming! Come on, let's enjoy this while we can.
His time flies and the good years slip away easily, but the name Ningguang will remain a symbol of generations to come. That's such a very sweet image. Them being forced to do that as well is also very, very good. So we have like, oh my god, it changes here at scheduling day. Does it change at the grand? What changes at the grand banquet? It's kind of crazy. Yeah, like I think it's actually like a very thoughtful mission. So we literally, okay, so something changes here with the choice we make. I wonder what that is. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like this is like a very informative mission. They always are. Like, I feel like you get so much out of these hangouts in terms of like lore and like information. That's why, like, you know, it's happened a few times where like I've gotten to that point now. Let's go. Me my ski. Wait, hop on. I've gotten into discussions with people about Genshin now, and you guys are gonna be proud of me. Like, because I do the hangouts sometimes, people will be like, I don't think this character would say this or do this, like you said. And I'm like, well, in Hangout 3 with Goru, he actually says this. And they're like, oh, I didn't do the hangout. It's like, huh, you know? There you go. And here's the thing, everyone can choose to do what they want with games. Like, there's parts of games where I haven't seen. Like, I play, you know, I watch Elden Ring streams. And after I finish the DLC, I'm like, how did you find this boss? I think that's what the beauty of the game is. Not everyone's going to do the exact same thing as everyone else. But I do think that there is so much to do and so much information packed inside of these little quests here. So what are the different choices here, I wonder?
Lady Ningguang.
We just have to just pick different choices, that's it.
Good. Then
Also
let's do
checking up with
that.
them.
There are some slippery characters among the bidders, you see. So, even though my secretaries are very capable and experienced, I still can't help worrying for them a little. Come on. The auction is being held at Yujing Terrace.
I think that it's 110% so cool still how all these changes happen in these hangouts. Meet my ski. Do you remember people were literally trying to tell me that it was make my escape? People were like legit like it's make my escape. Look, you can even see in the review section of the text. I'll even show wait, I'll show you guys. Hold on a second here. Where is it? Is it here?
Make my escape.
Meet my ski.
Make my escape.
Meet my ski.
Make my escape.
Meet my ski.
Make my escape.
Meet my ski. 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 Meet my ski.
Make my escape.
Meet my ski. Meet my ski.
Make my escape.
Meet my ski. See? Make my escape. Everyone thinks I'm an idiot. I think people started like New April 1st was coming up and they were pranking me. Oh my god, the auction's all set up. Be a shame if someone rolled into it.
Can't touch me.
The shaking of the head.
Lady Ningguang, what brings you here?
I couldn't help but feel a little concerned. So I just came to see how everything is going.
We're about ready, and people are starting to arrive. I think we should be able to start on time.
Very good. I think I'll host the auction myself.
Damn.
Huh? You want to do it yourself?
That's gonna be a big deal.
Yes. Just in case anything untoward
Yeah, anyone
happens.
who's a shady character in this is
I
gonna
can take
be
care of it
shaking in their
myself.
boots.
Then we'll leave the auction itself to you. But we'll be sure to lend our full support behind the scenes.
Great trust going on here.
Have you attended an auction before?
I think we have. My net word isn't quite in that category. I think we watched some sort of thing like that before. Maybe not an
would you
auction,
like to
but
participate this time? You don't have to bid, of course. Just experience the atmosphere.
that'd be quite fun. But honestly, I don't have enough money because obviously I have been
Alright
leveling
then.
artifacts.
Feel free to take a look around the venue before it kicks off. Check out the items up for bidding and see if there's anything you might be interested in.
Is this the perfect character design? Like, is this like, again, like it's the colors, like, and like the new, like obviously the other outfit's very cool too, but for some reason with like the blue suits are just as much. They're selling off bottles here? Little Bin. What's your name? Wait, there's only one name, Little Bin? So this is the items that they're selling. A fairly well-made hair pin, but there's nothing exceptional about it. Fine to buy in a shop, but can really fetch a good price at an auction? Observe writing tools. Generic office implements. I guess it could be brightening up the place a little bit. Still, it'd be cheaper to get one from Belay. A plain-looking vase with clear signs of wear and tear. Can't see any reason to bid on something like this. Interesting. So you have to wait until 4 o'clock until the auction starts. AC auction. 16 is 4 o'clock, isn't it? Yeah. See how I knew that?
It's about time to start. Find yourself somewhere to sit and we'll kick things off.
That's the dumbest thing I ever said. See how I knew the time? Before we start, I have a question.
Yes? What is it?
Are these auctions, these auction items genuinely valuable?
That's for you to make a considered judgment on. It's precisely what makes auctions so interesting, don't you think? Until the bids exceed the value of the item you're after, you can keep raising the price. If the bids go beyond what you can accept, then you let someone else take it. Perhaps this does not result in what you might call a fair price, but what it does do is identify the person who values the item the most. Yes, you should look forward to it. The first lot is a teacup from my personal collection. Bids starting at 10,000 mora. That's 10,000 mora for the teacup.
20,000.
30,000.
50,000.
I love how we're just
80,000 over here.
I'll raise that to 100,000.
120.
I swear, some of these bidders are just driving the price up for fun.
We are just doing this for fun.
150,000. Anyone else want to keep going now?
150 once?
170?
180,000.
180 once? 180 twice? 180. Sold.
It's mine now.
Okay then. Moving straight on to the next lot.
One by one.
You seem to be getting quite into it. What a shame that you didn't manage to go home with anything.
Something felt off?
Of course it did. That's because I didn't come here to sell my things. I'm sure you must find it quite odd that all these everyday items could fetch such a huge price at auction.
I don't know, if, again, the piece of paper that dropped from your castle, your little temple place, the chamber, like, people will kill each other for them, you know?
Since you're curious, why not go and talk to the buyers? I'm sure they'll give you the answers you're looking for.
Sure. Let's go.
I may have paid an arm and a leg for this, but in the end, I got the result I wanted.
Aren't you worried about the price being overinflated?
Nothing of Ningguang's could ever be overinflated.
That's what I'm thinking. That's the reason I think it's the right price.
I'm far from the only buyer who believes that owned by Ningguang is worth paying a premium for. So how much I make just depends on how many people are even bigger fans of Ningguang than I am.
True. That is true. You're going to be able to sell to super fans, no problem.
Today wasn't my day. Didn't manage to snag much.
That's cool.
There were too many bidders, and they all seemed like experts to me. I guess I'll just have to wait for the next auction. Someday, I'll be the lucky one.
So we know, we kind of suspected that the reason why these prices are so high is because Ningguang is so popular. Kind of makes sense.
Huh? You want to know why I paid so much? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Because the previous owner was Lady Ningguang. Sure, the item may look pretty ordinary, but that's probably just because I'm not a connoisseur, so I don't know how to appreciate it. But I figured I'd buy it first, then go get it appraised by an expert. Then I'll be rich.
Well, did you find the answer yet?
It's because everyone has faith in your judgment and aesthetics.
That's certainly part of it. But every bidder will have noticed that none of these items have a particularly high going rate on the market in and of themselves. Despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them. I wonder, Is faith in me really the only factor in their appraisal of the item's value?
If not, what else could it be?
You'll see shortly. The one who spent the most money will surely be the quickest to realize. If all I wanted to do was make some quick mora by exploiting their blind faith in me, I have a million more effective ways of achieving that than hosting an auction.
True.
Every participant in this auction was handpicked by me, based on certain intelligence.
Sure enough, after some time passed, one of the participant returns.
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't seem quite right with the items from today's auction.
Yeah?
As unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask. You weren't selling counterfeits today, were you?
Man, I didn't think I had to wake up today and murder a young thing.
Counterfeits? Absolutely not. What motive would anyone have for making copies of things like these?
Ningguang, let me just talk to this guy down by the river.
They are simply ordinary items, and there was no coercion or enticement during the auction.
Yep. And no
Every bid was
friend
voluntary.
raising the prices from the back.
Because we trusted you. Everyone knows that you love Mora, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed to scamming people.
Hold on a second.
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory there. You should know that unless you have evidence to support your outlandish claims, I am legally entitled to sue you for slander.
Yeah. And you know what happens when you lose a slander case in leeway? You sleep with the fishes.
Of
The
course,
fishes, they're a
if you
family
have
down the
any
road. They're very
genuine
stinky.
Grievances about the auction, the lots, or the process, please enlighten me as to where exactly
This is so good.
I went wrong.
Man, such a good, like, any tactic when you're arguing with someone is to be like, yo, you tell me what happened. You know what I mean? And then they have to, like, say everything. You know what I mean? And then you can just counter.
You. Fine.
You.
Technically, it was all legitimate. Guess all I can do is take the loss.
You spent so much money on a teacup.
But if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. No one would dare do business with you after that. I guess what I'm saying is this really in your best interests?
Let me answer that with a question. You claim that you were willing to pay a high price because you trusted me. But is that really the full story?
What do you mean? What else could it be?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item from the original Jade Chamber collection that has quietly made its way into your hands.
What?
When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into the sea. I organized a salvage operation, but still there were many items.
You were checking off how many items fell into the sea?
A considerable number
That's
of these
insane.
made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknownst to me, and passed through several pairs of hands before finally ending up in yours, and those of your fellow bidders today.
Wait, you mean...
Yes. Everyone attending the auction today is in possession of lost property belonging to me.
She's so good at this.
Or, to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine and convinced themselves that I am someone to be taken advantage of.
Wow, no wonder they had such blind faith.
So I ask you again, your high bidding price, was it motivated by trust or was it greed? The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possessions. If you are willing to return what is mine, I will refund all the money you spent in the auction today.
All right, fine. I guess I'll return it. You drive a hard bargain like everyone says. I'll go and get it right now. Please just wait here.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated in the end.
Everything is like she's so
Good
like
for
a step
him.
ahead of everyone.
The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. Determining who has legal ownership would be an extremely long-winded process, with each item being assessed on a case-by-case basis. Even Yenfei says she'd have a difficult time defending my claims. I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice for the same thing, Least of all, when they'd be looking to make a handsome profit from my misfortune. After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative. So I had to resort to this auction to finally put a stop to all this nonsense.
Yes.
I just wanted my things back. Hardly an unusual
I mean, it's
sentiment.
fair, but it's like, honestly, no one would go to these lengths.
At most, a little childish, perhaps. Which is another reason why I didn't tell anybody about my plan.
Honestly, I think that's great, though, you know? We're all a bit childish. Like, a lot of our wants and desires are childish, you know?
What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osile?
The size?
Well, I think it was a combination of the weight and the energy it contains. Its great weight meant that it hit Osile with incredible force, while the energy within triggered that spectacular explosion. Every piece of the Jade Chamber, from the stone walls and wooden beams down to the smallest ornament, contributed to its total weight. But in the end, they became objects of merchants' greed. It's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it.
Honestly, like, to me, like, that's not so childish. Yeah, like, I think we all have, like, if you're calling that childish, we have a lot more things to call childish by ourselves. Again, look at this, like, perfect design.
Thank you for understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. Let me show you what makes it so special.
Sure.
The secrets of history shine through in the relics that survive. And this one now has the story of another age to tell.
Oh my god. This is a very special relationship, isn't it? Like, I feel like this is one of the first people we met in this world that really taught us about, like, the nasty aspects of Teva. You know what I mean? Like, the truly, like, kind of, like, not so nice aspects of this world. And I feel like that's something we should always cherish. So we have the scheduling the day. That's a really cool ending. Also, like, the idea of, like, wanting your stuff back, I don't think is entirely childish. The way you went about it is just more hilarious than anything. IMO. So we do a new schedule here. One day...
Don't you think that this schedule is a bit of a light load?
Ningguang hasn't taken a vacation in a long time, I'll bet.
Yeah, that's true. Lady Ningguang has a lot of work to attend to, and frankly, she doesn't have many opportunities to rest. We do sometimes worry about her health, but her attitude is very Mora-driven. If by taking a break there's a chance she'll lose Mora, she'll never agree to it.
No amount of Mora is worth ruining your health for.
Huh. I see where you're coming
We're actually gonna have a day off with Ningguang?
Yes, you have a point.
This is gonna be super sweet.
All right then, let's go with your plan. I'm sure Lady Ningguang has plenty she wants to talk about with you. There's a lot of things that need doing over at the auction venue, so I will be leaving you now.
Hope everything goes well tomorrow.
I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
It's very, very sweet stuff happening here, like a day off with Lady Ningguang. So we have to wait till the same time as tomorrow. She's gonna be shocked. She's gonna be like, what are you talking about? And I'm gonna be like, we're gonna have a day off. We're gonna get some food. We're gonna watch reruns of Friends. Who's your favorite? I love Monica. Oh. Wait until... Oh, okay. 7 to 8. I'm very bad with this. Sorry. Look at Paimon just floating. Let me just go over to her room.
Meet my ski.
Meet my ski.
Yes, I'm already awake.
You have a day off today.
I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
You have a day off.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Did
this
you
outfit's
sleep
sick
well?
as well. Like, you look at the red and the blue changes everything. I was so excited I couldn't sleep.
Oh, how strange. Me too. I'm joking, of course. I slept like a baby. Sorry to
It's
disappoint
okay.
you.
Don't worry about it.
So, what's item 1 on today's schedule?
Oh, I can't wait to see your reaction.
I imagine this must have taken Baishir completely by surprise.
Yes, but she said leave it up to me.
Sure. There's no harm in changing my schedule around once in a while. My schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze out is spent on preparing for the future. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break.
You don't take many breaks, huh?
I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a way of making me feel quite invigorated. Still, your idea is very sensible. Mora can only lift a weary spirit. It cannot alleviate physical fatigue.
Exactly.
So then,
it helps though.
Ahead of us. Any ideas on how to spend it?
Let's do something you never normally have time for. Let's do something you normally have. Yeah, both. Both. We're trying both a bit.
Never have time for.
Honestly, can I say that like Mora does help? Like it helps a lot, and money helps. Like you can literally have the difference between healthy and unhealthy with money too. You actually can.
Ah, have you played the chess game I made, or heard of it perhaps?
Never heard of it.
It's called Liyue Millennial, based on classic chess, but with different rules. When I was designing it, I wanted it not only to be a fun game, but also to capture Liyue's culture in a unique way. So I introduced a lot of concepts that aren't part of traditional chess, as well as different chess pieces and even boards. I'm constantly revising and expanding it. So far, there are over 30 editions.
What an ambitious project. It sounds quite complicated.
True. That's one reason why it's been difficult to catch on. But I don't feel that making it easier to learn is necessarily a good thing. Isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continually learn and progress through a complex set of rules?
So how do we get people invested in it? We make pretty characters like Yu-Gi-Oh! We could have the Dark Magician of chess.
I think the key will be to make something that easily catches the attention of people who haven't played much chess before.
Dark Magician Girl.
I'm planning to make a new set with the board and pieces based on the battle for Liyue. One side will play the Guardians of Liyue Harbor. The other side will play the Fatui and Osile.
That's actually like really, really fun. Okay, I'd play that.
No problem. I will let you try it out as soon as I finish the prototype. I want to make each of the chess pieces of Liyue Millennial as true to life as possible. And no Guardians of Liyue chess set would be complete without you, would it?
You're going to make a chess piece based on me?
I am indeed. Many of them, in fact.
Okay.
My thinking was that only people who pre-order the chess set at full price will be eligible to receive the limited edition Traveler chess set.
Yeah, I'm a limited edition.
It seems only fitting for someone of your status.
So I'm part of the marketing plan.
Naturally, since you are the face of that historic event. I intend to make chess pieces for everyone who was involved that day, including myself.
I think it's actually a really neat idea, but like, and it works as well. That's how like digital deluxe editions get sold all the time of games.
Everyone who owns this chess set will preserve this moment in history in a vivid and compelling form.
Sounds great.
Then it's decided. Come with me. To make this chess piece, I need to take some measurements.
Wait, so we're actually gonna get ourselves measured? This is actually like a really fun idea. Like the fact that we're gonna become like a part of the game. This is really pretty, isn't it? Get sewed. I'm actually super excited for this. And like, again, I think one of the things that's like such a strength with Ningguang is like she has such an eye for business, but like it always feels like she has the best interest of like everyone in mind. And like, I trust her with my life. I trust Ningguang with my life at this stage. Man, Liyue Harbor is such a special place. Meet my ski. Meet my ski. I was trying to spin around, but like it doesn't work like that when you're in there. That boat just reminds me of the last day we were here before we left for, well, that's Baidu's boat over there. But that boat there just reminds me of the last place. This is such a beautiful place still. Okay, trying to drop on the bridge. It's so funny. She's probably the most agile of like the characters in this game. But her role is like, when she falls to the ground, is like the least agile. Oh, it's Yinger.
Oh, Lady Ningguang.
And the traveler.
Don't try anything funny. I got the lady with me, okay? I got the lady of Liyue Harbor, and she gonna get you.
You already know each other?
Kind of. We met before.
Oh, I think it goes a little deeper than that. I don't teach my hard-earned skills to just anyone, you know.
Lady Ningguang, she said that you were stinky. Just saying.
There's a word for people like you, who are warm one minute and cold the next. Fickle.
There's a word for people like you too. They call them yingies.
You seem to be in a good mood today.
If you're making Ningguang uncomfortable, something's wrong.
As ever, there's nothing special about today, but seeing you two has definitely perked
Oh, because we
me
know
up.
she would flirt with the wall.
All jokes aside, how can I be of service today?
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about? I'd like you to take his measurements today.
But isn't she the porcelain princess?
Whatever business I'm in, I am first and foremost a woman of many talents. Don't you remember when I taught you how to make perfume? There was no porcelain involved in that. As it happens, I am a skilled tailor as well. What can I say? I'm in the prime of my youth and I love all beautiful things. Is that so strange?
Yingar is every bit as proficient as any of the top tailors in the land. I've availed myself of her services many times before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that the traveler only thinks I'm good at one thing. I see how it is. In which case...
honestly, I didn't know.
You'll find all the tools you could need in the room. Please, help yourselves. I'll stay outside and mind my own porcelain business.
Jesus.
As you quite rightly suggested.
I didn't know what else you worked in.
Huh? What are you expecting me to do here?
Oh, I think the traveler is the one you should be asking about.
Yeah, no, you're more than twisting my words here.
I'm kidding.
Ningguang, I'm gonna close the door. You jump her.
It's hard not to tease when you're both so well matched. Come on then, step inside and I'll examine your body from tip to toe.
Takes your measurements quite uneventfully. Okay, uneventfully, that's good.
If I hear any strange new rumors after this, you will be my number one
Oh yeah,
suspect.
get her, Ningguang.
Rumors about the traveler or the chess piece?
Either. Both are confidential.
Don't worry, I know where the line is. I'd never take a joke too far. Secrets are only fun when they're kept secret.
I hope you do know where the line is.
Just enough with the ambiguous phrasing, okay? You'll give people the wrong idea. Forget it. Let's just go.
You're always welcome at Scent of Spring. Come again, anytime.
I slightly regret bringing you here. It doesn't bother me. I just hope she didn't make you feel too awkward.
Honestly, Ningguang, that's
Now that your measurements are
very
taken,
sweet.
let's go to Mingxing Jewelry and put an order in.
Right, that's a very sweet thing, right? Because we've dealt with her before, so we know how to deal with the Yinger, you know? But, from, Ningguang's perspective being like, look, I apologize for that. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I think it's a very, very nice thing to say, because again, in a person in Lady Ningguang's position, she's gotten there because she has put so much care into the people of Liyue. And I feel like that shines through in every moment of this hangout.
Hello, Lady Ningguang. What can I do for you today?
That chess piece I told you about? We can start work now. I have the traveler's measurements here.
Okay, let me just double check. Looks good. This has all the measurements we need. I'll pass them on to the craftsman shortly.
Good. And as agreed, please use top-grade materials only.
Of course, we are professionals, and we will do everything we can to deliver the high standard you expect. Although, speaking to you as a friend, I have to tell you that the sale price you indicated won't even cover the cost of production.
Oh, for real?
I don't mean just the material costs either. Waiting around for top quality materials drags out the production time and also reduces the total quantity we can produce.
That's okay. This one is not for profit. With every previous set, there's always been some degree of commercial or marketing considerations to bear in mind, but this one serves more of a commemorative purpose. To that point, as you know, the prototype of the Jade Chamber chess piece has been in the works for a long time, but I haven't once followed up on the progress.
The Jade Chamber chess piece would probably be the most powerful of the chess pieces.
Yes.
It ended
and
everything.
Just like your piece, the Jade Chamber piece will
This
be
girl
spared
again
for the game.
It's a huge undertaking.
Yes, it's a challenging project, but also, not for profit is really not something I ever expected from Lady Ningguang. How do I put it? It just seems out of character.
In business, everything comes down to profits versus losses. You have to keep a cool head and make rational judgments. In other words, you must be shrewd. But shrewdness is easily perceived as cynicism in the eyes of others. People come to think of you as someone who cares only about money and not people.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I think also like when people are frugal, I find sometimes people would be like you can go overboard with it, but like there's been plenty of times where it's like, man, like, dude, you can't be too frugal with your money. And it's like I prefer to like save money a lot. If I need something, I'll get it. You know what I mean? All the time if I need something. But I prefer to be frugal just because it's like, you never know when there's going to be a rainy day. You never know. So like, you pay your bills, you pay for your food and all this stuff. And like, like if there's like, it's something you like, you can get it. But like, I prefer to always like be like more, sparing.
Hardly the worst thing in the world, of course. But it has caused obstacles for me in the past.
How?
Well, for example, I once had a case where someone backed out of a deal with me to sell to someone else. We were both offering the exact same terms. It was simply because they didn't like me very much. Another case is where I offered distinctly more competitive terms in an investment, and this ended up arousing their suspicion. That Ningguang, they thought, she must be up to something. We can't let her get away with it.
So we've seen a little bit of this, like when, like again, because the way she does business, there was someone at the auction who also accused her of being a little bit shady too, Again, this is just a stellar design, guys. Look at this. I can't, again, to me, what's so, the perfect about design is the colors. The colors are what make this design so incredible.
I see.
But these problems disappeared all but completely after the battle against Osile.
And she's probably one of the only characters where bone structure is so apparent as well, right? It's so apparent.
Why? Because the whole of Liyue witnessed me destroying my Jade Chamber.
True.
At least, that's the most reasonable explanation I could think of.
Oh, I get it. You're saying that back when you sacrificed the Jade Chamber, you gained everyone's respect in return.
There was a specific moment where everyone was like, you can't destroy this. And she's like, look, I prefer to save the people.
You're not seeking to make a profit from these chess pieces because what you're commemorating is your personal contribution to Liyue Harbor. It was the deal of the century. And as long as you keep capitalizing on it, business will be plain sailing for you in the future.
Yes, exactly. Very to the point.
Truly a brilliant strategy, Lady Ningguang. You really are a business mastermind. Now I understand why this set needs to be so perfect and why it's okay that it doesn't turn a profit.
It will be a lot of work, and I'm most grateful to you. Make sure the Traveler's piece is exactly how he wants it. We can't go letting him down.
Don't you worry. We'll put our
You can make it whatever you want.
Well,
you make it look whatever you want.
That then.
Make sure Xiao's is a good one.
Let's head back to the Jade Chamber. There's something I want to discuss with you.
Sure. Yeah, just make sure Xiao's is really good. Xiao's make Xiao's taller than that. But he's actually no. He's not short. He's the tallest character in the game. Just make Xiao's taller than that, please. Okay, and what about this one here? What about catching and Ganyu? You know what you can do with those? You can ask them about that. I just know Xiao wants his one to be height specific. What did he say? He said, can't be dealing with this. Make mine height specific. That does sound like him. So you know you gotta make it proper. Oh, it's outside the Jade Chamber, but I have no problem jumping. Oh no, wait, it's right here. Cool.
Make my ski.
Make my ski.
I'm out of here.
I have a question for you, and I'd like to hear your honest opinion.
Sure.
And I, in turn, will tell you how I really think. When we were at Mingxing Jewelry, I admitted that my decision to sacrifice the Jade Chamber was a calculated one. I had already considered what I stood to lose and to gain.
Yeah, but like again, I feel like what you do Ningguang a lot, and it's not like it's something that you can see Monster in the background. It's so freaking cool. It's not something that like I think you doubt yourself a lot with this stuff because even though you're very business savvy, you're very calculated. I think you can be also a very good person at the same time.
When you heard that, did it make you think that maybe I really was a cynical profit chaser after all?
I think there's multiple layers to people. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yes. You see things the way they are, however they may appear on the surface. I was lying to Xingxi. My decision to destroy the Jade Chamber was nowhere near as thought through as I made it out to be. I just thought we should do what needed to be done, and this was a decision that only I could make.
It's really cool seeing this side to Ningguang as well, too, that like she does care what the people think. You know, she does care like how her perception is.
Afterwards, I consoled myself by reasoning that all my wealth comes from Liyue Harbor. So, to lose Liyue Harbor is to lose everything.
This as well.
In that sense, giving up the Jade Chamber would be a profitable investment in the long term.
So to keep her kind of tough exterior, she wanted like people to maybe even think this, where like it's like, oh, you should give up the Jade Chamber. So like half the people are thinking, oh, she's so nice for giving up the Jade Chamber. The other people are like, well, she didn't want to lose her freaking profit. So it keeps her kind of like at that like peak of like a salesperson here and a deal maker here in Liyue, so she doesn't look soft.
But it just didn't work. I was grief-stricken. Like a huge part of my heart was suddenly missing.
So there, I'm adding something else to it. So it's also an aspect of this then where she's trying to like make herself feel better. Okay.
Because I had just severed ties with a lifelong companion. I stared out at the sea for goodness knows how long. I just couldn't let it go. There was no way I could console myself. So why bother trying? But as time went by, I received so many thank you gifts and letters from people.
Wow.
Everyone was describing how they now saw me in a new light, how I'd become an inspiration to them. I gave up the Jade Chamber without a moment's hesitation, and I did it for the sake of Liyue Harbor. And now, people are inspired to follow my example, to tackle their life challenges with the same unswerving determination.
Okay, so like I can admit when I get an interpretation wrong. So my interpretation was that she wanted people to maybe think that some of it was for profit. So maybe I'm wrong with that. Maybe she just wants that now. So what she's saying is that like she tried to convince herself that what she did was for like profit. So it was actually a good thing that for her business. And then, but it also just inspired a lot of people to be like, okay, we have to fight for Liyue. We have to work for Liyue. Which is why everyone kind of banded together. I think that's actually probably like a better way of looking at it, yeah.
All of this was so encouraging to hear. It made me feel that my dear old companion's sacrifice was not in vain. Because to most people, the idea that Lady Ningguang is someone who battles with grief and struggles to let go of the past is probably the furthest thing from the truth that they could imagine.
So in a way, I'm half right with this. I'm still half wrong for sure. She still wanted the perception to be there.
This is one aspect of the truth that I can share only with you.
Yeah.
The fact that I can't always be as strong as everyone thinks I am.
Yeah, the most difficult time has passed. You're in the part where everything's working out and you have so many people supporting you. I'm so glad she's opening up to us like this.
Thank you for your comforting words.
Yeah.
It feels good even just to be able to
Oh my God, once you have a conversation, gets everything out there.
I'm sorry that you have to see me in this state. But look where I am now, standing on the deck of the Jade Chamber once more, taking in the view. it must be fate's reward to me.
There you go.
And if I end up having to do it all over again in the future...
There's a little shakiness in her voice. Very good voice acting here. When she says, if I have to do it again in the future. Oh my god. Through countless melancholy moments, the clouds are now at last clear. Gazing ahead, she will surely make the right decisions. What I was saying was like with the shakiness in her voice, why it's so good is like, I've always say the best characters are someone who says one thing but means another. But in this case, what I feel like it is, it's not like she doesn't mean it. It's more a case of like, she, how do I say it? She like still has some doubts. It's like, okay, would I do the same thing? Would I be able to do that? So I still think that's a really good way of writing the character. IMO. You know, because it's difficult. Like, while I believe that she would, there's also like a bit of an aspect of this where it's like, you know, like if I'm saying to someone like, yes, I will, you know, or like, what's the best example of that? Because I can't have the same perspective because I don't have the same. Let's say I'm like going to like delete the channel or something, and I'm like, yes, I will delete the channel. There's still the aspect where it's like that word is hard to get out, right? Because it's like, it's still something that's hard to do. It's like, oh yes, if the time was given to me again, I would do the same thing. Because there's still, like, even though like your body is almost forcing you to have doubts in yourself and in your decision. Oh, the following day, yeah, fair enough. I think it's such a good voice acting performance. Again, the voice acting in this game is always very good. I always say it's very well directed because the characters are given such a good idea of who their characters are. I've said it a million times, but like there's plenty, like there's games where I've played in the dub of games like where I'm like, they did not do a good job of this, and it's actually very unfortunate. I've had discussions with my friends about like particular games where I felt the dub wasn't fantastic.
I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
Like specifically one game where every character sounded the same.
Did you sleep well?
I was a little nervous.
There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, so this is the other option.
Something I never have the opportunity to do. Interesting. Before I decide, I'd like to know, what gave you this idea? Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunities.
But being a member of the Uchising is a limitation. But Mora can also be a limitation. I don't know which. I'm just going to pick one of these.
Yes, you're absolutely right. This is what I appreciate about you. You see things the way they are rather than how they appear. I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Is that okay by you?
Sure. The day is yours. Do it as you please.
Thank you. All right, here it is. I've always thought it would be fun to recapture what life was like before I joined the Liu Uchising.
Very neat idea, Ningguang.
I was born into a humble family, and all the wealth you see now began with a single haul of fish.
You know how to fish? So she's like a success story.
I had to. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Well, I can tell that just by the way you interact with the people on the ground floor here in Liyue Harbor.
Fishing isn't the half of it. You'd be amazed at some of the odd jobs I've worked in my time. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be their errand runner back in the day.
It's hard to imagine.
They were tough times, but I had a clear goal and plenty of motivation. If I didn't make any money in the morning, I'd have no food for lunch. I guess that's why I came to be so obsessed with Mora.
Personal story. I don't know if it's like this is something other people get because a lot of people I know grew up in families that like didn't have a crazy amount of money either. I think that's why like saving is such like an important thing for a lot of people I know as well. Because when I talk to people, they have a similar experience where like you don't often buy like the really nice thing that you want because you're like, man, that's not how I was brought up, So I wonder in her case where it's like, hey, like I had to make sure I had money every day or else I'm just not eating. Is like you said, it's why she's like now becomes so obsessed with like remember earlier we saw her like pinching for like the stuff that she lost. And I think again, a lot of people I talk to have like this weird like similar experience. It's maybe just, I don't know if it's just in Ireland, I think it's in a lot of countries where like, you know, not hoarders, but there's this thing of like you use something until the legs fall off because you know how important money is, you know?
I want to relive that time for my life. Feel some of that drive again. Take a trip down memory lane. So how about it? Will you join me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Great. Then let me lay down the ground rules.
Rules.
We're not to use our status or reputation in Liyue Harbor to our advantage, and we have no starting capital.
Why not?
The goal is to see how much more we can make under these conditions.
Let's start at the bottom of the ladder. Let's go find some work at the Northland Bank.
I can see why you'd suggest that. You're thinking I could use my knowledge of how Mora works to my advantage and make a lot of money there.
Sure.
But Northland Bank is a special case. I rather suspect I would not be welcome there.
Because you clashed in the past?
Yes, and also... Never mind. I'll just show you. It won't eat up too much time.
Let's go.
I expect they still hold a grudge against me to this day.
So, the Northland Bank, is this one of the suggestions then? Let's actually, like, see this for a second. Like, is Northland Bank one of the suggestions? She said, I throw myself away. Here? Oh, the Northland Bank. Yeah, because I was like, it's right here, but it's like, it's actually upstairs at the Northland Bank. Yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't want to make myself feel bad about this game. And that's why we're going to go with it. Northland Bank is right over there. You can see it. We're coming. We're coming over there. Tell me a story. Tell me a story about the monster in the fog. I don't know. Tell me now. I don't know that one. Tell me now about the monster in the fog. Or get sired.
And with that, finally, a seat with a view.
Wait, can we go up the stairs just by doing this? We have to get our stamina back. Let me see. Okay, experiment. Time to meet my ski. Who's that? She's just sweeping up. Who's that? It's me. Hey, Vlad. How are you? Vlad, more like doofus.
Lady Ningguang, I would hope that you're not here to create further trouble for the Fatui.
I'll create as much trouble for Fatui as I want. One of you guys got killed after a battle with me, not by me. One of you guys is so cute, and they're best friends with me. You know? The other one I just had a run-in, kind of, like, second-hand with Yelan.
With all due respect, too much official pressure will risk driving our bank out of business.
There's no need to be so hostile. I'm just here to talk business. So, are you in business or not?
That depends on the proposal, and it's not my decision alone. But first, tell me, why should we believe that you really are here for business? Because if you're here to make us suffer huge losses like last time, then I'm sorry, but none of us here can afford that.
Straight to the point, I see. Works for me. Traveler, we're leaving. Let's not waste any more of our time.
Yeah. 1 second, please. No, please don't, Traveler. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. All the money goes flying. All the more are just flying everywhere. Master Chi.
Do you see what I mean now? Their attitude was just as I expected.
Yeah, they weren't even trying to hide their hostility towards you.
That's for sure. Although our diplomatic relations with Snezhnaya haven't broken down completely. I dealt them a rather ruthless blow with the size of the reparations payment I imposed. This sum was paid by Northland Bank, so they are still wary of me to this day. Yes, with some exceptions, but that is more or less correct. If you encounter them in any other nations during your travels, be on your guard. They are more than just a commercial organization.
Yes. Yes. Well, now I know. Does that make the trip worth it?
That's okay. My intention here was to show you some of the repercussions of that great battle. But that's quite enough politics for today. Let's get back to our fun little survival game.
Can you sense it?
Now that you mention it, yes. We're being watched.
I think they're following us since we left the Northland Bank.
What are they plotting this time?
Let's kill him.
My thoughts exactly.
Or grab him, I mean.
But we need to be discreet. If they realize we're onto them, then we'll lose the element of surprise. Let's act natural, determine who our tail is, then lure them somewhere more deserted so we can catch them. Keep moving, just walk forward at a normal pace and don't do anything to give away that we suspect anything.
Okay. Saw you walking with Ningguang is so funny. It's like she's trying to copy her. Look. It's like she's trying to be like a little proper lady. Look. Ningguang, wouldn't it be hilarious if someone actually tried to spy on us?
Okay, I think we have a few potential suspects. There's a lot of foot traffic here, but if you look closely, you'll see only a handful of people who've been watching us constantly. But I'm still not sure which of them is our tail.
Let's keep going for now. What about the girl with her hand over her face?
Agreed. Whoever it is will continue to follow us.
Yeah, we should do something weird along the way. We should do something super weird. Like, what if we along the way just start knocking over things? No, along the way we start like buying food, but we walk away, or just like knocking random people over.
Can't catch me.
I think we've narrowed it down a little further. But let's stay calm until we're 100% sure.
Bro, this guy's staring at us through a gap in the stairs. It's him.
It shouldn't take much longer.
I can literally kill him if you want. His name is Suspicious Person. Ningguang. His name. Oh, this guy's name's also Suspicious Person. They must be from the same family. It's like when people call their family members the same first name and they have the same last name. The Person family has forever been a crazy family here in Liyue. They used to work in the mines.
I think I have the answer.
Me too.
Let's get out of his line of sight and sneak up on him.
Okay, so we have to pick?
Don't get the wrong person, though, or all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Okay, I know who it is then. This guy?
What are you doing?
Come now. Did you really think we wouldn't notice you sneaking around?
What? I'm not doing anything.
There's really no use trying to deny it.
I don't know what scheme Northland Bank has in the works, and I don't know what they're paying you. But let's make a deal. How cooperative you are now decides how much immunity I give you when this gets investigated. Or do you seriously think Northland Bank won't throw you to the wolves when push comes to shove?
Yeah.
Why don't you weigh the pros and cons and give me a clear answer before I retract my offer?
Yeah, she's not giving him with a breed, which is the right way to do it.
Sorry, Lady
Stop clapping.
My assignment was just to follow you, I promise, that's it. When you showed up unannounced at Northland Bank, everyone was instantly on high alert. We figured You must be up to something, but your brief conversation left us none the wiser as to your intentions. We couldn't just overlook it. We had to get to the bottom of it before we could put our minds at rest.
I know they're wary of me, but this is still an overreaction, surely. This all feels very suspicious. There must be more to this than he is letting on. I only took you there to demonstrate how tense things are. Somehow we only tested the waters, but ended up with the catch of the day. Is there anyone else following us besides you?
Quite a few.
Yes. They would have seen this and reported back.
Then we need to get moving. The longer they have to react, the fewer clues they'll leave behind.
Do you need don't need evidence?
I'll just have to improvise.
Okay, so we messed up a bit.
Keep him with you. Do not let him slip
I can just
away.
kill him.
Make my escape.
Calvin, you can't solve everything with murder. Okay, then why is it an option? Why is it literally always an option in this game? This is called Murder Impact. Yeah, and like, oh man, I actually just thought of it. I can't wait to play Murder Star Rail.
Are you saying that Ningguang hasn't done anything?
Yeah.
Impossible. She wouldn't have shown up here out of the blue without good reason. Keep investigating. We must ascertain her intentions.
Well, I could tell your intentions. Her intentions are for you to meet my ski.
So much commotion. This must be an important meeting.
She's actually so great at this.
Oh, great.
It looks like I wasn't supposed to be privy to the contents of this particular meeting. This simplifies things.
So, you are here to investigate us after all.
Very cool outfits on these characters, right?
Where did you get wind of this?
Like the girl outfits are way cooler than the boy outfits. I pity them.
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I made a brief and inconsequential visit, and your first reaction was to immediately arrange a sizable surveillance operation with myself as the target.
Yeah, and now we have to execute you all.
You couldn't have advertised your guilty conscience more clearly if you'd tried. You may as well come clean.
By the way, I know every time I make a joke
turn
about
a blind eye to any violation of the rules in Liyue Harbor.
every time I make a joke about punishing the Fatui or like killing the Fatui, it's always like not all the Fatui are bad. It's like I know that everything's a gray area in this game. There's so many gray areas in this game, right? I'm just making a joke. It's okay.
If we cooperate with her investigation, she's bound to find problems even where there are none.
Me and Child are best friends, roommates.
Well, if you're such a stickler for the rules, you can carry out your investigation by the book. The Northland Bank has no obligation to cooperate, even with a member of the Liyue Qixing.
Fine by me. Then I'll take my time. But you'll be begging to tell me everything by the time I'm through.
So we have an actual investigation? Oh my god, this is the ending? No one wants to have to go up against Ningguang. I can tell. Yeah, look, that's what's actually so cool about Ningguang, is that nobody actually wants to like face her head on. Not one individual wants to ever like, you know, have to like deal with her. Like as an opponent, I guess, in discussions. Because what she did there was like really impressive. She lost. We tailed the wrong person. But instead of giving up, she went back to the freaking wait, where is it? Instead of giving up, she went back and just like not faked her way through, but she used her like enormous pressure and her presence to still get an investigation going. Yeah. And the reason I say is just because I don't like for me, like I know in this game more about the gray areas, you know, like and just like you guys do, I know about the gray areas. I've been talking about it for years. But like just like any playthrough, there's always gonna be passerbys who are gonna be like, hey, this guy thinks the Fatui is just black and white. You know, sometimes it's funny to pretend to execute the Fatui, okay? Let's see. Sometimes it's fun, okay? Let me have a bit of fun, okay? You have fun by playing cards, video games. I have fun by executing the fatouis. Bye-bye fatouis. See you later. One of the best piece of information we actually learned about the fatui is in the hangout when you find out that like after what happened with Signora in Mondstadt, there was actually like people being like, oh no, we have to get out of here. Like because they're like the fatui are under pressure now to get out of Mondstadt. And this is like a canon thing that happened. And like it's so cool to me that they have consequences in this game constantly. You know what I mean? Like, there's actually like and why they didn't remove them for 3D. Like to me, it's like good enough that they had a character being like, I'm scared to be here because now ever since what happened with Signora and Venti, they're not seeing us as like just another like
that's good
political party. You know?
Something. Okay. But working as a day laborer could be quite
It's just really cool how they write it. Really cool.
Why don't we go down to the docks? They periodically throw out a lot of unclaimed or abandoned goods. We might find something that we can exchange for Mora. What does it matter? Don't worry about it. It's all part of the fun. Come on, let's go down to the docks.
Fingers deep inside the borderline. This may hurt a little, but it's something you get used to. Relax. Turn around and take my hand. Singing some Tool for you guys. There's something kind of sad about. Oh, we could just fast travel there. What are we doing? Sorry, Sayu. We could just fast travel there. You kidding me? The way things turned out to be. Hey, this is my chair now. In Inazuma, I'm a sweetheart. In Liyue, I'm a bully.
Lady Ningguang, to what do I owe the honor? Are you here to inspect the goods in the warehouse? You may have to wait a moment. I must have not gotten the message. Sorry, I won't be long. I'll grab all the paperwork right away.
Calm down. No need to panic. That's not why we're here.
Oh, you're just looking for me?
Yep. You're getting executed.
I haven't done anything. I mean, I don't think so.
The first thing he says, I haven't done anything. We want to know about the unclaimed and abandoned goods.
Oh, right. The periodic clearances. Yeah, I've been handling those, strictly per the protocol.
Okay.
I make sure I post all the necessary notices and notify every individual that I'm required to. It used to be a huge problem, but with a bit of hard work, I've managed to reduce the amount of goods we need to clear out by at least half.
Why do so many goods get abandoned in the first place?
It's hard to say. It really depends. Everyone has their own reasons. But as far as the warehouse is concerned, they all fall into these categories: unclaimed goods, damaged goods, or unpaid storage fees. As for the damaged ones, I guarantee you it's nothing to do with how they're stored. It's because some things go bad more easily than others. If it sits there in the warehouse for too long, it goes without saying that it could start to affect the other goods. But that aside, even the smell is just unbearable.
So, have you cleared out any of these goods recently?
I'm afraid we just finished clearing out all the big ones. But don't worry, Lady Ningguang. If you're here for an inspection, then I'm here to make it happen. Hang tight. I'll grab some of the smaller items for you right away.
I love how, like, again, you see how, like how much respect she commands.
Hold on. Oh.
Off he goes.
I don't think he has quite grasped the nature of this situation.
Can't really blame him. He's probably nervous as heck as well. No one wants to upset Ningguang.
Lady Ningguang, I had a quick run through the list and cleared out some more items. Please, inspect them.
Like, see what I mean? Like, this is the presence that you have.
Let me see here. Soggy food, an odd shoe, a broken mirror, small wooden toy.
They're in terrible shape. No one wants them. Not a whole lot of use.
It's
yeah.
It's a shame we missed the last clearance. We're down to the slim pickings now. Some of these are true junk, but there are a few items of value here. Take this wooden toy, for example. The wood is good quality. If you took it apart, there's quite a number of useful everyday objects that you could turn it into. With a little work.
Okay, she's very ingenious, so it's showing that she is able to work from the ground up. Can we have this stuff?
Huh? You want it? Well, sure. Take whatever you want. It's all getting thrown away anyway.
Great. This is going well.
Let's take some time to sift through what we have acquired.
Yes. And once we're done, we will find a merchant to give us an appraisal of their value.
I have no idea what's going on here, and I'm not about to ask.
He's like, I'm just gonna let Ningguang do whatever she wants. Honestly, like, I really appreciate this because, again, like, I feel like the hangouts always are about showing a layer of a character we haven't seen before. You know, like Shrek always says, people are like onions at this stage. You know what I mean? And you know, we've peeled off a bunch of layers to anyone already in this episode, whether it be like showing how like nervous she gets, like when she's talking about like the Jade Chamber, how much she misses it, how she wants her perception to be different for herself, or just how good she is at like, you know, negotiating, how much of a presence she has. And now we're also learning that like she actually like, not, I guess earned is probably the wrong way to look at it. It's definitely earned, but I'm not even talking about that aspect. It's more just the fact that she is capable of starting again.
Lady Ningguang, welcome to my humble store. What can I get for you?
Actually, today's a little different. I'm not here to buy anything. I wanted to ask if you could take a look at some goods for me.
Just take a look? What for?
To give me an estimate on their value.
Oh, I see. Let me take a look then. I mean, I can take them. I have a few regular customers I can talk to. They should be able to salvage the raw materials. It shouldn't take long at all. But,
What's wrong? If it's too much trouble, please. There's no need to force it.
No.
So there we go again. It's like another person who's like, she's like, hey, it's not that big of a deal. And they're like, oh, no. So it's probably harder for her to start from the start because, you know, she's negotiating as Lady Ningguang.
Well, anyway, let's talk prices. So all of these together, I'll give you 150,000 mora. How does that sound?
I think he added a couple of zeros by accident.
Oh, well...
No worries.
Is he trying to like, is he like trying to like impress her, or?
So we can discuss it further. If that figure's not what you had in mind, I can,
oh my god.
Bump it up a little. It'll be fine. I'm sure we can reach an agreement here.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's way too much. And I think everyone's just trying to like make you happy here.
Yes. At most, these items are only worth a couple of thousand mora.
At most.
Huh? Wait a minute. So you're really here just to sell a few things? And specifically, these things? I thought that was all code for some kind of inspection or something.
Oh my, yeah, again, it's her presence. She can't, it's hard for her to start from the ground up because she has such a reputation.
It appears so. We can't go on like this. Let's try something else. As long as we're in Liyue Harbor, this kind of misunderstanding is inevitable. If I wasn't Ningguang, Go Sonar probably wouldn't have handed all of these over to us. And you likely wouldn't be willing to buy them either.
Exactly.
To be
really good.
Honest, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
This goes against the rules we set for ourselves
exactly.
at the start.
We'll just have to leave Liyue Harbor and live an adventurous
Are
life.
there any other ways for adventurers to make Mora besides their remuneration from the guild?
We can go treasure hunt in the Julie Plains, but the work is hard and the payout is low.
Great. I don't mind. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Sick.
You two have a good one.
Heck yeah. Some treasure exploration with Ningguang? Starting from 0. One of my favorite characters ever said that. Her name is Rem. From 0. Man, I'm making myself sad there. Well done, Calvin.
This must be the place.
It's so weird to see her in just the regular place in Liyue. So defeat the monsters. Oh, we have a Ningguang trial as well. We have Ningguang.
It's nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought about your little projectiles.
Ninjutsu.
This is so much fun. You kidding me? This is so much fun. Even though I know we have to do some other reactions first. It's still very fun.
Darkness. Come, sever night from day. Yeah.
Gonna take some getting used to Sayu again, right? Where'd you go?
Rain outlines your fate.
Again, don't feel bad about ever being oh, this is probably the better way to use Sayu than the way you're doing it, right? I'm not gonna be oh man. Oh, I was okay, the monster just goes through. Yeah, obviously we have to get back into practice with Sayu.
It's been a long time since I've gotten so physical. The feeling of creating your wealth with your own 2 hands is just as exhilarating as ever.
Should I put more elemental mastery on Sayu? Is that what we should put on? I'm thinking maybe that's the case. Even for this paltry amount?
Yes, I'd say so. Everything starts out small. You focus on quantity at the outset and gradually shift to focusing on quality as your wealth builds. And let's not forget, we started with no initial capital. It's reasonable to
This is so
expect building
crazy.
something from nothing to be highly demanding. In any case, the sight of Mora has always had a way of
True.
improving my mood, no matter what the sum is.
Let's keep the momentum going.
I intend to. I'm not ready to stop yet. This time, let's try something a little more challenging.
Actually, really, it feels unnatural, but it's actually really, really fun to have her with us in this journey. Man, Liyue is such a beautiful place. I feel so lucky to ever even get to explore it ever. Oh, there's some hilly trails?
Everybody stand back! Oz, reveal thyself!
Look at that, right into this shield. Come on, let's go right into the shield.
I'm out of here!
I know we can break open the shield anyway with this. Yeah, I'm wondering if Elemental Mastery, maybe we're just again, it's been so long that I need to have a refresher course on Sayu. Which could be the case, because look how much more powerful my other team members are. And I think that is just, I think she's powerful at times, we just have to learn how to use her elemental reactions better. But then again, we also have some pretty powerful characters.
What a feeling.
Well, we're turning her into a hilly trail hunter.
That's very kind of you. But I know I'm no match for a professional adventurer like yourself. For me, a battle is just a form of exercise. A way to keep fit and use up any surplus energy. Oh no, not yet. There's more Mora to
I actually love her.
Hey, look. What's that hole in the ground?
It's dug by a weasel thief?
Oh, I see. So if we catch it, there's Mora for the taking?
It's almost as fond of Mora as you are, go figure.
Oh, how quaint. That was your Beto impression, was it?
No, I would never.
Well, I'm afraid I'm having far too much fun to stop what I'm doing and start bickering with you, Captain.
Captain?
Come on. Let's go get this weasel thief.
She's so into this. This is so funny. It's like the most we've seen her let her guard down ever. Here it is. This is actually like really, really fun.
There it is. After it. Goodness, this reminds me of fishing. Not an easy
No,
catch.
not at all.
But we didn't let it slip away, and the haul is now ours. That's what counts.
How much did we make?
Let's see. A little over 1,000 more.
That's not going to do anything for us.
We can't do any serious business with this amount of starting capital. We need to keep working hard.
Do you need to take a break?
Actually, now that you mention it, I'm suddenly a little hungry. Huh. Amidst the thrill of the chase, I didn't even notice. Wangshu Inn is right there, but...
Based on our current financial position, we could rule that out.
Same thoughts here. After how
I could
hard
cook.
we worked to get our hands on this mora, it would be a shame to eat it all in a single sitting. In which case, I think I'll take this opportunity to show you a skill that I used to be rather proud of.
Fishing?
Yes, but the rule of the game is no fishing rods allowed. We're going fishing by hand. Come on, let's go down to the river.
No fishing by hand. Oh, I don't have to actually fish, do I? At least I don't actually have to fish, do I? Probably. Oh, we just have to... Oh. We literally are fishing by hand.
Enough. Let's head back to land.
That's so much easier. Sayu doesn't like swimming. I'll get her out of here. We're going to just grill fish with Ningguang.
Here, have a taste of my cooking.
Sure.
A fresh catch can go straight on the grill with minimal preparation, and it tastes delicious, even with no seasoning. It's a little charred. That's on purpose.
Yes, I like a little char too.
Like how it
a little
tastes.
char to the food.
Normally, I have to make a special request to the chef if I want it to taste like this.
You must be ready to rest by now?
It was nothing. Back in the day, I had to hurry home after work to do my household chores. Then in the evening, it was out to the night market with the family to support our stall. I was always
Again, showing how where she came
the
from.
most menial of tasks. My mother always loved that about me. But by the same token, she didn't love the idea of me leaving home and starting my own business. She thought it was just an unnecessary risk when I could just carry on helping out at home instead. You'd be more likely to see me pulling up outside Wanmin Restaurant and selling grilled tiger fish from a food cart.
Which would have been a humble little life.
My childhood memories run deep. I'll always have a special affection for fish. They are confined to the water, and yet they live free, swimming around wherever the mood takes them.
A lot like adventuring like we just did.
It is. I have greatly
It was so much fun.
Experiencing the adventure life.
Like, it was so weird, but like, I think you need that sometimes with characters in these hangouts.
Work in the past, it motivates me to face the challenges that lie ahead in the future.
Next time I'll grill a fish for you.
That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. But a word of warning, I am very picky about my grilled fish. I can be a tough lady to impress.
No problem. Oh my god. After a short rest, it is time once more to convert your precious efforts into future motivation. So that's our last hangout with Ningguang, and our second last hangout before we go all the way. Look at this. This is my favorite one, for sure. No, this is my favorite one because it looks so sweet. Right? They all look incredibly sweet. I'm just making sure I save those ones at the very least. And then you get to look at them in all their glory. Yeah, like to me, this what this mission told me is like, it was again seeing another side of a character, which is what these are always for. It's always about showing a side of a character we didn't see before. You know what I mean? And in this case, what it showed is that like Ningguang is not someone who's just up in the clouds. She understands the people of Liyue on a level that like some of them don't even realize. Her name is so hard to like get away from. Like she has such a powerful name that she can never just truly live as someone that like other than who she is, which is Lady Ningguang in Liyue. Like she has to live the way she is now. If you get what I'm saying, like there's no earthly way that Lady Ningguang can be anything but Lady Ningguang now, unless she goes out into the wild like she did with us. We have a lot of wishes. I'm kind of still undecided of what we're gonna do with those wishes, like, you know, because while I really want the cat lady, I wonder if I might save it for other reruns for some characters so we can get some boosts and that stuff, you know? Possibly. We'll see how it goes. But we can wish on the other banner. But I might do that tomorrow. We have a few wishes we can do with that. Guys, thank you so much for watching this series. Thank you so much for supporting this series always. I gotta say something before we finish this. This is episode 100 of the Genshin Impact playthrough that's been going on for nearly 7 months now. It'll be 7 months, I think, this week, which is crazy. I've had such a blast with this. It's changed my life in a lot of ways. It's changed my perception of games. It's created a new community around this channel that has like adopted each other, and has really strengthened, I really feel like, how I feel about the channel as well at the same time. You guys have been so supportive and so nice to me, to my, you know, patrons, to people who like the videos or comment on the videos. It means the absolute world to me. One of the things I say about the Genshin community more than a lot of other communities is that you guys know how to like you guys know how, like, almost like how YouTube works even better than I do sometimes. There's been plenty of times where you guys have liked videos but I've never asked to do it. Like, I get tons of likes on these videos and tons of comments on these videos when I didn't even ask for it. Another thing is, like, when I upload thumbnails that people are like, oh, that's not the best thumbnail for this video, you'll get more views if you do this. It's like, man, I didn't even think of it that way, but you guys are thinking of it that way because you actually do care about the series, and it means the absolute world to me. All I can say is thank you so much for all the time that we've spent together. It's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet. And I am so incredibly appreciative of you guys and the world that you have helped me transfer into and become immersed in. I feel very lucky every day. Whenever I ever get down about stuff, I'm just thinking to myself, man, like, Genshin community's got my back. I have a very great host of people, and it has like changed my whole experience. I came into this year probably more sad than I usually would be, and I'm halfway through the year and I'm better than most times of my life. Before I rant on too much, I think I'll just finish by saying you all mean the world to me. I hope every bit of happiness comes to you. I hope that you have a life that is good. I hope everything is going well. Thank you for being patrons. Thank you for being supporters. Thank you for liking these videos. Thank you for being there. And I can feel you. I can feel your presence. Even on videos you don't watch, I know you're waiting for the next one, which still means the world to me as well. I appreciate you. There's not a lot I could say. There's a lot I could say, I mean, but there's not a good way I could convey how truly grateful I am for all of you. And with that being said, I want to thank the Never Can Pay the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon. And I want to thank Tyfire 2, Jamie Bull, Jan and the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, George Candelaria, Eskun, Ewald, Radish, Fruity, Anusta, Malcolm Conde, V Mika, Lynx Markey, Ciabatta Bread, and Death Trap. And I thank all my patrons because the Patreon is what keeps the series going. It really is. It means that we don't have to worry too much about, like, doing, you know, like, just the Archon quest all the time or anything like that. You've made this series special. You guys. A lot of people at first were like, hey, just make sure don't read the comments too much because the audience can be crazy. For me, it's one of my favorite parts. I get excited about, like, seeing your guys' comments. See you guys very soon. And I'll see you tomorrow for the second, pretty much the last video I record before I go to Subaru. And then on Sunday, we will be in Subaru. Sai, do you want to do the thing? Oh, yeah. Well done, Sai.